If there was ever a night for an oh my goodness. It is tonight. Oh my God, man. I don't even know where to begin, man. Brock Lesnar. Yes. The Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, is back in WWE. He showed up at the end of Cody Rhodes and John Cena tonight in the main events for the WWE Championship. And his beautiful leather feathered cap and that gorgeous Viking-like beard of his sent social media into a woke frenzy. Everybody wants to be in that courtroom. Everybody wants to be a social media sleuth. Everybody wants to be a part of Janelle Grant's defense. You don't know shit. I'll tell you what I know, though. This show sucks. SummerSlam was nothing more than a summer scam. And when we go to the beer garden tonight, I want to know on this Sunday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Night 2 SummerSlam 2025 post-show. I am JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Sunday evening, wherever you may be. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. I know a lot of people are going to be up in arms, man. I know a lot of people are going to be upset. I know a lot of people are going to be frustrated. I know a lot of people are going to cancel their Peacock subscriptions and stop watching WWE, all for the social justice that they will spread online, man, because everything that they do is correct and everything that they do is right. And they all live perfect lifestyles, man. They don't make any mistakes, man. They don't make any mistakes. In fact, they are 100% perfect. Before we even get into the topic of the evening, WWE did not need to do 2 nights of SummerSlam. I don't give a shit what anybody says, man. I am in a mood tonight. I see a lot of differing opinion. WWE did not need 2 nights of SummerSlam. The only way that they could advocate 2 nights of SummerSlam is because there is 60,000 fucking idiots who willingly bought tickets to see a very middle-of-the-road professional wrestling show, not just on 1 night, but on 2 nights. This is why I opt to stay home. This is why I watch in the comfort of my own home on my 70-inch TV. This is why I come on here and talk to you live in front of 9,000 people last night. Because it's a waste of time. It is. WWE had 12 matches, 13 if you want to officially count the Seth Rollins cash-in last night on CM Punk, where he won the World Heavyweight Championship, which in my opinion was the moment of the weekend. 12 matches spread across 2 nights. I saw quite a few people telling me, they listed 6 matches that were great. Well, Jake did this match, the ladder match, the women's match, the triple threat match, this match. They listed 6 matches as being good matches. This was a thumbs up banger. 10 out of 10 SummerSlam, says the fellow geek on social media. I don't know if you're dumb or if you're just saying shit for engagement, but if you list me 5 out of the 12 matches being good, that's a thumbs down show, bro. That's less than 50%. So, no, I'm not going to sit here and glaze the show because you thought the ladder match tonight was fantastic, or you thought the triple threat match to open the show was great, or you thought John Cena and Cody Rhodes saved the show. I don't give a shit what saved the show. This was a very middle-of-the-road show. That's it. This was not SummerSlam. This was not the biggest party of the summer. This didn't need to be 2 nights. This did not need to be 2 nights. At all. They only do it because they have 110,000 people, if you want to believe that statistic, over the course of 2 nights. And it's not going to stop because the more people pay and the more people want to show up there, the more they're going to do these 2-night events. Brock Lesnar. Nobody ever suspected Brock Lesnar being back in the WWE. At least not yet. Not at least until the lawsuit with Janelle Grant and Vince McMahon is settled. However, which way they're going to settle it, if McMahon is going to jail or if he's going to settle and pay her whatever she's requesting just to throw this shit out. We don't know. Brock Lesnar returned tonight to the WWE. We have not seen him in a very long time. Brock Lesnar, the last that we heard of Brock Lesnar being included in WWE Creative needs to go all the way back to the Royal Rumble in 2024, where he was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble. And as the creative rumors around that time were reporting, supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, supposed to wrestle Dominik Mysterio at the Elimination Chamber that year, and then wrestle Gunther at WrestleMania. Now, I know a lot of people were very unhappy that we did not get that match. Gunther got Sami Zayn instead. That was for the Intercontinental title, and Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental title, ending Gunther's reign of 666 days. We have not seen or heard from Brock Lesnar since. He's been making more public appearances. He's been out and about doing his own thing. We've heard a lot about his daughter, Maya Lesnar, winning shot put championships. We have not heard from the man himself. And we did not think that he would be back in WWE, at least until the Vince McMahon stuff is settled. Lesnar showed up tonight at the end of what was, in my opinion, one of the best main events that WWE has done all year. Cody Rhodes and John Cena for the WWE Championship in the main event of SummerSlam this year was a fucking banger. I don't know where the fuck these two guys were at WrestleMania in Las Vegas, but clearly they wanted to erase what happened in Las Vegas. And very quickly, they erased what happened in Las Vegas. We'll get to the match and what I thought of their performances in a little bit. Brock Lesnar showed up at the end of the match. Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship back, now a two-time WWE champion. And like I said on Friday, everybody's like, oh, JD's out of his mind. JD's crazy. You got to be stupid, man. You don't think something's not going to happen there? I think something's going to happen. That's what the Street Fight is there for, man. Something is going to happen. Something's going down. I was pretty confident in my assessment on Friday night when I covered SmackDown here live on YouTube. I told you guys word for word verbatim. Cody Rhodes is not turning heel. Crowd booed. They were very much for John Cena. They were very much pro John Cena. But if you guys watched my stream on Friday night, I said Cody Rhodes is not turning heel and that the outcome of the match is going to be Cody winning the title with both guys standing tall like Rock and Hogan did at WrestleMania 18. I mean, I'd love an apology from those who thought I was wrong. I know I won't get it, but that's why you watch me, because I don't bullshit. Very stern on my opinions, man. I stand my ground. John Cena passed the torch to Cody Rhodes. It's not that time. Not that time. I hope to see it happen when the time is right. Cody Rhodes exited stage left, leaving John Cena in the ring to admire the fans and thank the fans as it was his last SummerSlam. All of a sudden, we hear Brock Lesnar's music hit the PA system, and the crowd absolutely loses their mind. They lost their fucking minds in New Jersey. That reaction didn't really seem to give any indication that they're disgusted by Brock Lesnar. Everybody jumped out of their seat. Everybody made content on social media, all the fake reactors. They all put content up, showing their shocked reactions to Brock Lesnar. I mean, if you didn't give a fuck about Brock Lesnar being back in the WWE, if you had a problem with Brock being back in the WWE, you wouldn't post anything regarding Brock Lesnar on your fucking Instagram pages or your Twitter pages or your TikTok pages. No, but the hypocrisy in the IWC really will stand the test of time until we are no longer in the community. See how there's a double standard with people. You can't stand Brock Lesnar, but you're not going to shy away from making content on the guy who was named in the Janelle Grant lawsuit against Vince McMahon and WWE. It's funny how that works out. You don't care about making views, clicks, engagement, and revenue off of Brock Lesnar's name, but you can't stand him that he's on WWE TV. You're welcome for the millions upon millions of views that you reacted to for Brock Lesnar. I did say Brock Lesnar was not returning because that's the human decent thing to do until the lawsuit is over. I'm going to attack this in the most logical and level-headed way. Am I excited Brock Lesnar's back on WWE television? I don't really give a shit if he's back or not. You want my honest opinion on Brock Lesnar? The WWE doesn't need Brock Lesnar. WWE doesn't need Brock Lesnar. Their business was thriving without Brock Lesnar. In fact, the one thing that we need to do is move away from all the people that Vince heavily pushed in his administration. This is why I am all right with John Cena leaving after this year, never to see him wrestle again after 2025. The company doesn't need Brock Lesnar. They don't need anybody in the same boat as Brock Lesnar. They have an entire performance center where they can pick and choose who they want to be the next Brock Lesnar. They don't need Brock Lesnar to sell tickets. They don't need Brock Lesnar to sell merchandise. They don't need Brock Lesnar to increase a fucking rating. They simply brought Brock Lesnar back because of shock value. That was it. It's funny how WWE also did away with the post-show media scrums 24 hours ago. There was a report that went out that WWE canceled all media scrums and that they will keep a controlled narrative now on how they do post-show media. They have their own post-show after the show goes off the air. Clearly, we see why now. You know, one of those woke journalists was going to fucking drool at the mouth at asking Triple H about, why is Brock Lesnar back on TV? Who made this decision? Why is this all right? Don't you think this goes against company policy and a bad look for the company? You think Triple H wants to field questions from some fucking woke journalist with purple hair? Give me a fucking break. At that point, I don't even fucking blame them. They also canceled the post-show media scrum because most of the media, most of the journalists in the community operate on fucking one brain cell anyway. I mean, who wants to sit up there and be asked, do you listen to Katy Perry and what's your favorite song? Or do you prefer pancakes or waffles from Waffle House? Give me a fucking break. What are you, fucking stupid? This is the time that they afforded you, and that's the question you ask. I don't care which way they go. He's on TV or he's not on TV. The company doesn't need Brock Lesnar. Triple H, every time he was asked about Brock Lesnar since the lawsuit arose, he was always someone that maintained a straight face when asked about Brock Lesnar. We'd love to have Brock Lesnar back, but right now is not the right time. Triple H always gave the impression that they would welcome Brock Lesnar back when the time calls for it. Why wouldn't they? It's one of the biggest superstars in the history of the business. There's never going to be another Brock Lesnar, ever. Why wouldn't he want Lesnar on TV? Do I care about him being on TV? No. Do they need him? No. That's just one man's opinion. Triple H never shied away from it. And clearly, something changed. Something changed. The last time we heard Brock Lesnar being removed, all from WWE television, it went above Triple H's and Nick Khan's pay grade. There was a very, very select elite few people that made that decision to not have Brock Lesnar back on WWE television. What is Triple H going to do in that time? He's got to listen to the people above him. Probably came from somewhere around Nick Khan and above, which is what? 3 or 4 people? Yet you're going to have everybody acting as if they know exactly what the fuck is going on and that they wrote the defense letter in regards to Janelle Grant's lawsuit. I'm sorry. Is the IWC and all the fucking journalists in the community a part of now Janelle Grant's defense system? How the fuck do you know what's going on? What gives you the right to say anything in regards to how WWE handles the lawsuit? WWE they operate in accordance to the law. WWE's not going to bring back Brock Lesnar if they're not able to. If they're told they're not allowed to bring back Brock Lesnar, then they're not going to bring back Brock Lesnar. If they are given the clear light, the green light and clearance to bring back Brock Lesnar, then they will do so. Then it's up to them to find a way to get him integrated into the show. Why is it so difficult to figure out? Why is that such a foreign concept to people? Something might have changed in the lawsuit, which right now, everything seemingly is quiet on. Yet everybody wants to operate as if they know what the fuck is going on. This is John Cena's last rodeo. He's got 5 months left. I don't know who else on the WWE roster you want to see wrestle John Cena. He's got how many appearances left, chat? Less than 10? It's probably in the single digits by now. After tonight, I don't know what else he's going to do. Quite honestly, the only thing I really care for out of John Cena is a Gunther match and maybe a Sheamus match. Maybe. Realistically, who else is there? They ran through everybody that you need John Cena to wrestle this year. Cody twice, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and he teamed with Logan Paul. What else do you want the guy to do? He wrestled R-Truth. What else do you want the guy to do? Seriously, what else do you want out of John Cena after tonight? You don't think John Cena is afforded, after 20 years of service, the option to wrestle who he wants? You do realize what happened when Brock Lesnar wrestled John Cena back in 2014 at this very show, SummerSlam. He ate how many F5s? 4? And 16 German suplexes. The phrase Suplex City was coined and put all over t-shirts, sold millions. John Cena lost in one of the most shocking endings to a WWE Championship match of all time, because he's never been handled that way. You don't think John Cena was afforded the opportunity to request Brock Lesnar to work with in the final 5 months of his WWE career? You don't think that John Cena was afforded the opportunity to ask for Brock Lesnar if Brock Lesnar was given clearance to come back to television? You don't think that John Cena had Brock Lesnar at the top of his fucking list in his last year as an active performer? Man, that's a real disrespect to John Cena. And everybody's marking out and everybody's fucking going crazy and blowing a gasket over why Brock Lesnar's back on television. You don't have a fucking clue as to why Brock Lesnar's back on television. You either like it or you don't. If you like it, you watch Monday to see what's happening next. If you don't, I dare you to stop fucking watching the product. Some will. Most won't. And they'll use that to generate engagement on social media because you're a fucking fraud. And there's nothing but fake outrage in the fucking IWC because that's what they feed off of. There's not one genuine fucking individual outside of the handful of people that I know and work with. There's not one genuine human being in this fucking community, and all you do is parade around as a fucking fake. Cancel your network. Cancel Peacock, stop watching, and don't watch. Go watch the fucking indie mud show that's generating lower ratings every fucking week, that's giving you nothing but hardcore matches because they're fucking clueless. I dare you. There's plenty of other wrestling for you to watch. Go watch AEW, go watch TNA, go watch GCW, or one of the many indies that exist. Don't watch. Don't watch. What are you going to do about it? Honestly. I already told you I don't give a fuck either way. What are you, what is me, what is anybody else going to do about it? What? You're going to show up with your Get Lesnar off TV signs? You think WWE gives a fuck? They don't give a fuck about you. They just canceled media scrums because they don't give a fuck about what we think. The more things change, the more that they stay the same. Triple H is showing you that he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He needed to pretend to be for the people. He needed to pretend to be for you. Now it's nothing more than a fucking business. When Vince left, it was all about getting the fucking Fed back to the fucking roots of what made them great. Now, the more we move on into this Paul Levesque era, the more you're starting to see exactly how he is just like his father-in-law. They don't give a fuck. As referenced by this fucking dog shit SummerSlam that we got over 2 nights. Everything's about moments. I love a great moment. Pro wrestling is predicated on fucking moments. Kevin Owens said it's about the moment. It's about the moment first, and the pro wrestling comes second. Fuck the fancy moves. Fuck the fucking the Hurricane Ranas and the Canadian Destroyers and all this other fucking indie-rific garbage that is now normalized week in and week out. People start putting fucking ratings on matches because they don't know any better. They base wrestling on fucking who does the fanciest moves instead of emotion and story. That's what the new age fan is now degenerated pro wrestling into. The company is relying solely on moments, and they're not giving you enough of what makes them a fucking professional wrestling company. I got fucking simple-minded buffoons on my Twitter, in my mentions. This is an A-plus show. An A-plus show on what? A Seth Rollins cash-in? A Gunther and CM Punk main event that basically kept the fucking night 1 of SummerSlam afloat? A-plus show in what way? You got a triple threat match at SummerSlam, just like you did at WrestleMania, but tonight we got something that was watered down and worse than what we got at WrestleMania. A-plus. A-plus. It's A-plus because Rhea and IYO are in it, right? Open your fucking eyes. The more that you accept their mediocrity, the more they will continue to give you mediocrity. The steel cage match with Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu? Yeah, man, I can't wait to fucking not watch that ever again. A-plus where? The nap I took before SummerSlam tonight was an A-plus. WWE gave you a steel cage match, and they failed to use the cage as a vehicle to progress the story. They used the steel cage to simply have Jacob Fatu jump off the cage to deliver a moment. That's what you call A-plus? Man, I'm glad I'm not watching wrestling through your fucking lenses. What was A-plus? That horrifically boring and overbooked and overproduced Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkryia match? Yeah, man, I can't wait to fucking rip that one to shreds tonight. What were you watching that I clearly was not? Because what I watched was 2 women work their ass off, and it went nowhere. All that, what did it amount to? One of the worst women's matches of the entire year. No, A-plus. A-plus. You can be upset that Brock Lesnar's back on television. Be upset. But if you're going to be upset, you got to go all the way. Cut the cord. Stop watching. Don't tune into Raw. Cancel your Peacock. Cancel your WWE Network if you're living internationally. And stop fucking watching. Go take up another hobby. Go watch another wrestling promotion and tweet about them. Oh, that's right. You won't. You won't, because the WWE generates the most interest. Just stop watching. All these people, all these fucking creators, and all the journalists that want to complain, all these people, Denise, John Alba, Sean Ross Sapp, stop covering it. Stop covering it. I dare you to not tweet when Brock Lesnar's on TV. I dare you not to fucking attend, because Brock Lesnar's going to wrestle John Cena, either in France or in Perth. Stop covering it. Stop watching. Stop doing watch-alongs. Stop. They won't. They won't. It's all fake outrage. It's all fake, fake, fake. because they know it's exactly going to do what they want. It's going to generate interest, and it's going to band together a bunch of fucking woke ideologies and fucking dumbass idiots who all believe in the same thing, and they're all going to act like zombies. It's basically what it's going to amount to. But I already seen people tweeting their reactions to Lesnar, but they're so outraged by Brock Lesnar. But you're over there tweeting Instagram clips, and you're trying to generate engagement off of someone that you vehemently don't want back on television. No wonder why half of the community are a bunch of failures, and there are a small pocket of people that are able to do this full time, while everybody else is a fucking pretender. I don't give a fuck if Lesnar's on TV or not. You want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to enjoy what the WWE gives me, while also going to have I'm going to maintain a very strong opinion of what I watch and what I'm being given. You know, the one thing that I'm questioning is why after all these years, since 2014, since they took him off television, why is he focused now on John Cena? We'll have to watch Raw to figure that out, right? After all these months, why is John Cena being targeted by Brock Lesnar? Out of all the questions tonight, that's the one question that I want an answer to. Why? What is the reason? Are they going to really just focus on, man, this is his last year? Does he have a problem with John Cena? Why does he have a problem with John Cena, if so? Does he want to end John Cena's life? Never mind career? Well, what's the reason? That's the one thing I'm focused on. Bringing him back, I don't know what the explanation is to focus on John Cena, outside of all the things that I just gave you. Clearly something happened with the lawsuit, and John Cena more than likely requested to work with Brock Lesnar if he was given clearance to do so. Oh my God, man. We have a fucking bomb in the chat. And I am talking about a fucking bomb
I drank a beer.
In the chat.
I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers.
Oh no.
5 beers.
Oh
6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
Matt with a $500 super chat. Oh my goodness. Thanks for all you do, JD. I just arrived in Brooklyn for Raw tomorrow. I'm hoping for a great show, but whether it's good or bad, I'm tuning in for your review. Stay cool, JD. Oh my goodness, man. Matt, thank you so much, brother. You are unbelievable, bro. I am glad you got to Brooklyn safe. I'm glad you're going to enjoy Raw tomorrow. It should be a hot show after what happened tonight. And man, oh man, thank you for stopping by for the review, brother. Thank you very much, man. That's a lot of money. And I very much appreciate your support right here on the post show. Appreciate you. What else needs to be said about Brock Lesnar? What else needs to be said about Brock Lesnar? Did I cover all the bases, chat? Do you want me to really go anymore and talk about it anymore? I mean, what else needs to be said? You can bring up all the reports on Brock Lesnar that you want. You can bring up everything in regard. I got something pulled up here. We know that he showed up after the match. Lesnar has not appeared on WWE programming since SummerSlam of 2023, with a planned early 2024 return being scrapped after Lesnar was named in the sex trafficking lawsuit filed by Janelle Grant in January of 2024. He was supposed to be in the Rumble, and he was supposed to wrestle Gunther for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 39. It went to Sami Zayn instead. Although not a defendant, Lesnar was then named in Grant's amended lawsuit in January of 25. Amongst the allegations, it is alleged that Vince McMahon informed Grant in July of 2021 that Lesnar would be her next playmate during talks over a new WWE deal for Brock. McMahon then directed Grant to produce personalized sexual content for Lesnar. So McMahon ordered Grant to produce sexualized content for Lesnar, personalized. Lesnar allegedly flew to Connecticut on July 21 for a business dinner and a sexual encounter with Grant at McMahon's condo, but Lesnar did not return to the condo due to being too intoxicated at said business dinner. McMahon continued to allegedly use Grant as a pawn in contract negotiations with Lesnar. After Brock re-signed with the WWE, McMahon allegedly texted Grant and said, part of the deal was him fucking you. After Lesnar had been given Grant's personal phone number in December of 21, he allegedly requested for her to send him a video of her urinating. Grant sent the video, at which point Lesnar informed Grant if she had not complied with the request, WWE superstar would have lost any interest in her and then called her a bitch. Later in December 21, Lesnar expressed his desire to arrange a sexual encounter with Grant that was ultimately canceled due to a snowstorm. Take that as you wish. Nothing ever physically happened to Brock Lesnar. The only thing that we got out of that is that Brock Lesnar is a fucking creep. And that Brock Lesnar is a fucking weirdo. And a sick human being. Nowhere in that story that I read to you that Brock Lesnar raped Janelle Grant or Brock Lesnar laid a hand on Janelle Grant. It was all words. Which at that point, we don't even really know exactly what has amounted from this lawsuit today. Lesnar could be free and clear to go. We don't know. We're only operating on emotions. If Lesnar was still a focal point in this case, he would not be on television. WWE took him off of television when they did because it was ridiculous if he did appear at WrestleMania. There would be no working around that. They feel like enough time has passed, something might have happened to a point where he's now been given clearance to return to work. It really does set a bad precedent, though. It really does set a bad precedent. And I'm thinking about all the other people that have been acquitted of crimes that were laid upon them by somebody else and got thrown out. Enzo, Odyssey Jones, and the latest, Velveteen Dream, who honestly might be the fucking worst of them all, if you really want to boil it down. Because what he was accused of was the worst fucking thing that anybody could be accused of. But there was an investigation on that, and nothing came back. So does that mean that Velveteen Dream is going to get his job back? Is Odyssey Jones going to get his job back? Is WWE going to bring Enzo back? The double standard is there. If you're going to bring one back, why not bring everybody else back? They do what they want. They do what they want. I don't know what else you guys want me to say in regards to Brock Lesnar. The biggest question that I have is not why he's back on television, because you could use your fucking brain and come up with 3 or 4 different reasons as to why he is back. The bigger question is, why is he targeting John Cena, and how are they going to make that make sense? Outside of John Cena being that Brock Lesnar was given clearance to return and that all is good with him, via the law, obviously, that John Cena now requested to work with Lesnar and is able to do so. Everybody's cheering John Cena, by the way. All the journalists, all the fans, everybody worldwide cheering John Cena. John Cena on multiple occasions has not commented on Vince McMahon's lawsuit, even though that Vince McMahon was named up and down that lawsuit for all the nasty, vile, inhumane things that he did to another human being. John Cena went out there on public record and professed his love for Vince McMahon in the midst of this lawsuit when it was the only thing people were talking about. Are you going to now denounce John Cena because he loves Vince McMahon like a father? And that no matter what someone's going through, he loves them through thick and thin? If you're going to share that outrage with everybody in regards to Brock Lesnar, I think all the woke journalists in the community should really look themselves in the mirror, because they should be doing that to John Cena as well. Or is that not in your vocabulary to do so? Community makes me fucking sick. There's nothing more to say on Brock Lesnar. Legitimately nothing more to say on Brock Lesnar. He looks great. I'm sure he's happy to be back. I'm sure he's happy to be working with John Cena. I'm sure John Cena's happy to be working with Brock Lesnar. And I'm sure everybody in Brooklyn tomorrow, when Lesnar shows up on Raw, everybody is going to be entertained. And if there is any fans out there in Brooklyn who are going to say things via the live audience, WWE, I'm sure, will have that handled very, very quickly. You won't know what is being said or what is being chanted. I doubt there's going to be anything. How many other sports athletes across your time watching football, baseball, who's the fucking dude? Who was the dude? Who was the dude that was on the Dodgers that's now playing in Japan? Trevor Bauer? Is that his name? He's playing in Japan and is not allowed to play in the MLB because of something that a female said in regards to him, and it completely got exposed as nothing. Now he's stuck in Japan. He's not allowed to play here in the United States, and he's having a fucking career lifetime in Japan as far as his stats are concerned. Nobody wants to make big deals about the innocent people, though, right? I wish the Braves would pick up Trevor Bauer. I wish the Braves would pick up Trevor Bauer and make him their number 2 behind Chris Sale for next year's season. Innocent. Gee, I wonder why nobody's talking about his innocence. Because it's not right, right? Give me a fucking break. Marcell Ozuna. I'm more upset that Marcell Ozuna's a fucking failure this year than what he fucking was accused of. They brought him back, right? They clearly saw something right to bring him back. Yet he had a career year last year. I don't see anybody fucking mentioning that. Oh, he's such a terrible human, but he hit 50 home runs. The double standards when it comes to this type of thing. People just want to be fake outraged, bro. They just want to be fake outraged. There's nothing more to say on Brock Lesnar, man. It is what it is. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. WWE is going to do what they want. They want to push their own narrative. They want to do their own thing. They want to pretend that we don't exist, and they want to pretend like their product is the fucking hottest it's ever been. It's not. It's not. The show was absolutely middle of the road. If WWE thinks that this was a good show, if you think that this was a good show, then you are actively part of the problem. You are actively accepting mediocrity. I don't stand for mediocrity. For all the years I've been doing this, I do not stand for mediocrity. I call out mediocrity. Oh, but I thought JD was taking a paycheck from Triple H. Man, people are so fucking blinded by what they see and what they hear on this show that they transform it into some fucking bullshit narrative, again, to use me for engagement. They don't know what the fuck comes off this show because you don't listen. SummerSlam sucked. Most of this show was middle, and I mean middle of the road. They had a moment on Saturday night. They had a great open on Saturday night. Everything else on that show before we got to Punk and Gunther was fucking Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown worthy. Same thing happened tonight. Same thing happened tonight. Started the show off decent. Ladder match was fucking a beautiful car crash. Loved it. And then we got this show fell off a fucking cliff. Becky and Lyra sucked. Steel cage match was fucking embarrassing. Dominic and AJ Styles finally woke the fans up with a traditional babyface and heel dynamic. And then the main event fucking exceeded everybody's expectations. So 3 out of the 6 matches were thumbs up. 50%. 3 out of the 6 matches on Saturday night. Thumbs up. This was a middle of the road show. If you think that this was an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 thumbs up show across the board, fucking 4-star show, I don't know what you are watching, man. I really don't. This is not the fucking show for you. This is not the podcast for you. Go watch somebody else who's gonna blow smoke up your ass. I will not do such things here. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. John Cena's entire run has been nothing but disappointment in 2025. It's been disappointing. The heel turn was fucking executed as good as anything else. It was one of the greatest moments that I physically have ever been a part of as a pro wrestling fan. Amazing. Was it the greatest heel turn of all time? No, that's obviously Hulk Hogan's heel turn at Bash at the Beach in 96, forming the NWO. I still get people saying, oh, John Cena's heel turn is the greatest of all time. No, it's not. It's not even close. Not even close. They had no plan. They had no vision. And they had a match laid out at WrestleMania that was absolutely dog shit. One of the worst matches in ages. They produced one of the worst WrestleMania main events in 41 years. That shit weighs heavy. When you walk up that aisle and you get to the locker room and then you get to your fucking American Nightmare bus and you take that first sip of your Wheatley vodka and you read all the fucking negativity on social media, that shit must weigh fucking heavy. Cody cried tonight when he won the fucking WWE title and John Cena passed the torch to him. I would be a betting man to say that Cody cried when he read all the fucking garbage being flung at that match after that match ended at WrestleMania. Deservedly so. As a pro wrestling fan, I was fucking embarrassed to even sit here and review that match, let alone watch it. Match was terrible. Cena's performance was terrible. Cody's performance was fucking terrible. Travis Scott was fucking terrible. The outcome and the ending were fucking terrible. It legitimately had 0 redeeming qualities. 3 weeks. We get Randy Orton and John Cena. Then we go from John Cena and CM Punk to what we got here. Don't even count the R-Truth stuff because the R-Truth is so inconsequential. He never even made it back to television in a meaningful way against John Cena. Who cares? Who gives a shit? It's going to be a footnote in the fucking remembrance of John Cena's last year in pro wrestling. I said this on Friday night. I don't place all the blame on The Rock. The Rock has a large part of the blame, but a lot of the blame, honestly, falls into the lap of Triple H because he's the one booking the show on a week-to-week basis. The Rock shows up when he wants. He does what he wants. He says what he wants. He puts himself where he wants to put himself, and that's it. If he doesn't want to show up, he doesn't have to show up. So the guy can come and go as he pleases. He can do what he wants, put himself in whatever storyline he wants, and it's up to him whether he wants to show up or not. He can do whatever he wants. He's basically God at that point. He walks on water. That's what he did in regards to this John Cena heel turn. He turned heel, he put himself in that position, and he never showed up to finish anything in regards to the story. We got no continuation with Cody and Rock. No continuation with Rock and John Cena. No continuation as to why John Cena sold his soul. We didn't even get a mention of John Cena selling his soul and this Hollywood connection with him, Travis Scott, and The Rock. The Rock had to backpedal. The Rock had to make excuses as to why he wasn't there. But I think everybody with a good brain and a head on their shoulders realizes that The Rock and Triple H, The Rock and WWE, Brian Gewirtz had a falling out. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that The Rock told him, fuck off. Peace out. He's got Hollywood coming up. He's got 2 or 3 major movies he's got to film. He ain't coming back. Good. After you showed up and gave us one of the greatest moments in company history, never to show up again to figure out where it goes next, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I hope I never see you again. No interest in seeing The Rock. I would rather see Brock Lesnar back on TV than the fucking Rock, honestly. Triple H is to blame. The Rock is not innocent either. I'm looking at The Rock, and I'm looking at Triple H. The Rock for being selfish, and Triple H for booking this fucking garbage. Because of what The Rock did, Triple H, he needed to really work under immense pressure to fix it, and he couldn't. It almost came off as if it was a test to see if he would pass or fail, and he obviously failed. And this is why I honestly think there's a power struggle in WWE. A lot of people predicted Rock to show up tonight. Again, it would have made sense if he did, because Cena denounced the heel turn. I don't want to ruin pro wrestling, he said on Friday. I love pro wrestling. I want to take this title home with me at the end of December because I don't want you fans to forget about me. The Rock also fit into that if they wanted to bring him back. People were even starting speculation and talking points on social media. Are we going to get Rock versus John Cena in December for his final match? It would make sense if they want to write it that way. I didn't see it that way, nor do I want to see it that way. For all we know, all of this was leading to a Rock return. And WWE clearly had to pivot, which is why they called Lesnar. Now, you could look at it as, well, they got nobody else but Lesnar. Maybe they don't. This is John Cena's last 5 months as a pro wrestler. Who do you want him to wrestle? Who? Seth Rollins? He's already done 2 against Cody. He's already wrestled Punk and Orton. Who else do you want? Braun Breaker? Sheamus? Rusev? Yeah, I'm sure WWE's going to book Rusev versus John Cena in Paris. Or Rusev versus John Cena in Perth. Bro, this guy's got literally 3 PLEs left in the tank. 4 PLEs left in the tank. Who the fuck do you want him to wrestle? He's going to give you the greatest hits. He's going to go out there and give you everybody that he wrestled at one point or another. We may be looking at a Cena Lesnar, Cena Gunther, Cena Reigns. Who knows? There's not much time left. WWE's not going to fucking water John Cena's last year down with fucking nothing matches that aren't going to sell. They're going to give you box office, they're going to give you drama, and they're going to give you the very best top of the guys, top of the elite guys that are going there against John Cena. If you don't think that's what they're going for, then you are not smart enough to be talking about pro wrestling. Maybe The Rock was a part of all this, and maybe WWE needed to pivot. This is why they called Brock. I also firmly believe that John Cena wanted to work with Lesnar. It's one of his greatest rivals. Why wouldn't he? The John Cena that we got showed up tonight, AJ's another one. AJ Styles and John Cena is not going to be on the marquee. I could absolutely see that happening at one of them low-key shows. Not going to be a major PLE. It's not going to be his last match, but I could see it. I could see it. Drew McIntyre's another one. Again, up to John Cena. And it's up to Triple H. If they deem Drew McIntyre worthy of that type of spot. I know I would. I think that would be a great match. The John Cena and Cody Rhodes that showed up tonight clearly had something to prove. They wanted to let everybody know that what they did at WrestleMania was a fucking mistake. They wanted to show everybody that we are sorry. We gave you dog shit, and we want to rectify that tonight. Whoever produced this match, whoever laid this match out, whether it was a mixture of Cody and Cena and other people, they deserve a lot of credit, man. They laid out a fantastic match. Cody Rhodes looked great in there. He had something to prove. It was written all over his face. John Cena. This was the best John Cena performance in nearly 10 years. I don't know where this John Cena was hiding. I don't know what possessed him to show up there tonight and fucking do basically everything that he hasn't done through the first 8 months of 2025. I don't know what was going through Cena's mind. I don't know what Cena was doing. I don't know if he was filming Peacemaker or when that wrapped up. I got a sense that John Cena played it fucking safe for the first 7 months of 25. And then when everything wrapped up and he was clear to go and he has no other commitments this year, he's like, you know what? I'm going balls to the wall. This was the best John Cena match all fucking year, and it's not even close. This blew Punk and Orton combined out of the water. This was the best John Cena performance in nearly a decade. This was the best match of the entire night, in my opinion. And an ending that I am not surprised by. Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes and John Cena embraced. They traded respects for one another. And John Cena passed the torch to Cody Rhodes at the end of SummerSlam. No heel turn for the American Nightmare. It's the way it should have been. Match was every bit of a main event that they needed it to be. And the WWE produced back-to-back incredible main events. Punk and Gunther was fantastic. Cena and Cody was fantastic. What they did this weekend as far as the main events, it will be difficult for WWE. It's going to be very difficult for WWE to top what they did with these two main events. This is what the main event on WWE television should be. This is how it needs to be contested. For so many months, we've had to sit and endure John Cena going through smoke and mirrors, interference, and fucking belt shots and nut shots and all this nonsense, this nonsensical, lazy, overproduced booking. WWE gave us a street fight, and it was eloquently done. They didn't use an overabundance of weapons. They used everything sparingly and when it needed to be used. They gave you a main event match that was more than SummerSlam worthy. This is what the main event of WrestleMania should have been. And both of those guys tonight, as they lay their head down to sleep, they should be very proud of the work that they've done. Killer main event. On what was an otherwise mid-show. Show was absolutely as middle of the road as you could possibly have a WWE show. We're going to get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, because there is ugly. Right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys for joining me here on this Sunday night. It is August 3rd, 2025. I am JD from New York. We have 6,400 people in here on a Sunday night. Thank you guys very much. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go and check out all of the content on the channel. It's going to be a busy busy next couple of days. We were live on Friday. We were live on Saturday for night one. We had 9,300 people on last night's stream. I don't know where that came from, but you guys absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, not only broke records for me personally for a SummerSlam show, but we topped the community for the most watched live stream out of every single major creator in this space. There's nobody doing what we're doing. And it's all thanks to you guys. Tomorrow night we'll be live for Monday Night Raw. I'm excited to see where it goes. Tuesday night, no other place to be than Tuesday Night Titans, man. Me and the Solid Monster, we are going to fucking talk about SummerSlam, bro. The mega powers come together every Tuesday, and man, oh man, you want honest opinion? No better place, man. TNT's going to be rocking and rolling on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Jesse and I are going to be covering that slop on Wednesday. So go check out all the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Hit that thumbs up. We got 1,500 likes in already. Goal tonight is 2,500 likes. That's your homework. Leave me a comment down below as well. It's all going towards the algorithm. And tonight's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/scripts. Save 10% off when you sign up using our unique link. That's BetterHelp.com/script. We'll talk about my friends over at BetterHelp who are a new member of the OTS family this weekend right here on Off the Script. And please, super chats are open. Get them on and we're going to hang out at the end of the show. Got my cold beverage all ready to go. So get them on in. It's the best way to support the channel and what we do here, man. Super chats. And if you guys want to join the OTS VIP club, you can always become a member right here on Off the Script. SummerSlam Night 2. We'll start with the open. Triple threat match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Naomi versus IYO SKY versus Rhea Ripley. Naomi walking in as champion after she cashed in on Rhea and IYO at Evolution, where it was rumored and speculated that Naomi was going to cash in on Tiffany and Jade on night one. WWE flipped the script. They went off the script, and they had Naomi cash in on IYO and Rhea, winning the Women's World Championship, moving over to Monday Night Raw. WWE was looking to have lightning in a bottle again. They were looking for that lightning to strike twice moment. And they got a little greedy. WrestleMania in Las Vegas, produced on night 2. One of the best triple threat matches in the history of the company. One of the best WrestleMania matches in the history of the company. Might have been the match of the weekend that weekend. To some people, it was. In my opinion, I thought the CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns triple threat match was better. I thought that was the best WrestleMania match this year. Again, if you said Bianca, Rhea, and IYO, I'm not going to argue with you because it was a fantastic match. I just preferred the men better than the women. Then we get to Evolution, and we get a front and an end to that show that were just simply tremendous. We got Bayley, we got Becky, and we got Lyra. Opened Evolution. Unbelievable triple threat match. Not better than the one at WrestleMania, but man, what a banger match that was on Evolution. And then we got Rhea and IYO in the main event, which may go down as the best WWE match all year, honestly. Some of you might think that it's the best wrestling match, period, in all promotions. Which, again, I'm not going to argue with you. Certainly the best women's match all year. WWE had a very large shadow looming over them. They had a lot of uphill battle if this was going to stand up to some of the best women's matches of the year, because with the names on paper, they very much are capable of doing that. Unfortunately, WWE did not. And all that this was a much watered down version of what we got on night 2 of WrestleMania. Which in some sense, this was just like WrestleMania night 2. And this was WWE's opportunity to redo WrestleMania night 2. Because Cody and Cena main evented night 2 of WrestleMania on April 20th. And we got this match, which was a triple threat match, opening SummerSlam just like Rhea, Bianca, and Io did on night 1 of WrestleMania in Las Vegas. So the similarities to WrestleMania were there. Whereas that match was incredible and the main event of WrestleMania was fucking dog shit. This was not dog shit. This was nowhere close to the triple threat match that WrestleMania had. And the main event of this show blew the WrestleMania main event out of the water. They had a large shadow to fill. They did not even come close. Not to say that this was bad, but in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of women's matches this year, I am not looking at this as the best triple threat match of the entire year. I won't even put this in the top 5 best women's matches of the year. Again, not to say that it was bad. It was serviceable. It was solid. It was good. It took them a little bit to get going. It took about 5 or 6 minutes to get going here. And then it really turned into a good match. And that's all that it will be, a good match. At least they got the outcome right. No way did I expect Naomi to lose the championship so soon after she just won it. She absolutely deserves it. She absolutely deserves a run with the championship. A lot of hard work went into not only building this character as a solid heel, a heel that is much needed in the women's division, but the work that she's turning out is excellent. Now, they gave her the treatment tonight. She was one of a select few this weekend that got special entrances. It wasn't big WrestleMania-like entrance, but, I mean, it was more of a sentimental entrance for Naomi. She got to share the stage with her father, who is a career musician and an accomplished guitar player. He's out there playing Naomi's theme on guitar and walking her to the ring. That was better than the actual match if you're Naomi. Can't recreate that moment. That was a fucking moment she's going to look back 20 years from now and say, one of the best parts of my entire career is having my father walk me down to the ring at SummerSlam 2025. Match was good. Outcome was right. Naomi left the ring, started the match. She thought that she could run away. I know a lot of people wanted more Rhea and Io, but Rhea and Io at this point teamed up to catch Naomi and get her back into the ring as they started brawling with Naomi as the match started. That obviously came to an end when Rhea Ripley accidentally booted Io, and Naomi took out both women with a flying crossbody. Naomi was in control. One at a time, obviously. She threw one out of the ring and then worked on the other in the ring. Ripley fought back against Naomi. Io is back in there. Hit Sky with a springboard dropkick. Sky hit Naomi with a 619. Rhea Ripley hit a very sloppy-looking German suplex on Naomi. Ripley and Io finally went face-to-face, one-on-one. She got the better of Io, did Rhea, until Io countered a riptide into a small package and gets a near fall. Io hit a poison rana, but Naomi broke the cover up. Rhea Ripley hit Io with a razor's edge and a powerbomb, and Naomi broke up the cover again. Ripley attacked Naomi on the outside until Io wiped them out with her acai moonsault. Everybody was down in the corners, and Io hit repeated running knee strikes, the running Meteora. Io set up for the over the moonsault. Rhea Ripley stopped her. Naomi knocked Ripley off the ropes and hit a split-legged moonsault. She tried to break the cover up with the moonsault, but Naomi moved, and Sky hit Ripley with the move instead. So basically, they ran the same spot again that they did in the Bianca triple threat match at WrestleMania. So they traded moves until Rhea Ripley hit Naomi with a riptide, but Io, who was off camera, flew in out of nowhere and broke the cover up to really make it dramatic. Ripley wiped out Naomi with a cannonball off the apron. Io caught Ripley, powerbombed her onto Naomi on the outside. Io went up top, but Ripley cut her off and eventually hit an avalanche riptide Ripley out of the match won. Naomi jumped back in, caught her in a schoolboy, and she hooked the tights on Rhea Ripley to get the leverage pin. 1, 2, 3, and Naomi beats Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY to retain the Women's World Championship in just under 17 minutes. Again, it was good. I'm not going to sit here and fucking blow smoke up your ass and say it was the best triple threat match that WWE has done in the women's division all year. That is factually incorrect. It came nowhere close to the WrestleMania match, and it came nowhere close to the match that they opened Evolution with Becky, Lyra, and Bayley. This was fine. It was a very good way to open the show. They wanted to get the crowd started off right with Rhea Ripley out there in the opening match. I don't blame them. This was good, and the outcome was correct. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, they probably weren't looking to outdo themselves compared to WrestleMania. Bro, if you're not out there looking to have a better match than the one you had at WrestleMania, then I'm going to have to just excuse you and tell you to go to the back. Who does anything half-assed? Seriously. Do you go to work wanting to have a worse day than you had before? Or a worse day than you had the previous day? Like, who operates in life that way? You should wake up always wanting to be a better version of yourself the previous day. You should always want to do a better job the next day than you did the previous day. I want to come on here and have a better stream than I had last night or last year. Looking back at the stats for last year's SummerSlam. What type of mentality is that? Again, fans, modern day WWE fans and modern day patrons of the IWC, they excuse the mediocrity for no reason. Oh, they weren't looking to outdo WrestleMania. Why not? Who does anything wanting to do it half-assed? My mentality would be, if I'm any one of those women, we got to make this match better than the one at WrestleMania. What are you all right with having just a WrestleMania match and then not outdoing it? Gee, I wonder if Cody and John Cena took that mentality, how their match tonight would have ended up. Yeah, we'll be all right if we just do the same thing we did at WrestleMania. Who thinks that way, bro? Fucking ridiculous, man. People are just absolutely mental, man. This match was good. Outcome was correct. Naomi now moves on to Clash in Paris and wrestles Stephanie Vicaire for the I was going to say NXT, the WWE Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vicaire is a former NXT Women's Champion, also a former North American Champion. I think that it's too soon for Stephanie Vicaire to win the Women's Championship. I could see WWE doing the title change. Would I have a problem with it? I don't know why anybody would. Stephanie's great. It may be too soon. I don't think we need to crown her immediately. Give her a run. Give her some wins. Let the crowd really invest in who she is. And then we can start talking about it. I'm not really in this position as a creator to sit here and start saying, yeah, let's take the belt off Naomi. She's had one title defense. The woman deserves several title defenses. Let's give her a reason to make that championship mean something to her. I'm not taking the belt off Naomi yet. I love Stephanie, but I'm not taking the belt off Naomi. We got a 6-way TLC match for the Tag Team Championships. SmackDown Tag Team Division has been producing some of the best matches on WWE Weekly Television for many, many, many weeks now. TLC match happening tonight is in correlation to 25 years ago. The Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian. They had the Hardys, Matt and Jeff out there. They had Devon and Bubba Ray out there. Clearly, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage were not invited to SummerSlam. They even left Christian and Cope out of the video package, talking about the history of the TLC matches at this very show. Don't know why we got to be so petty. Stop erasing your history. Embrace it. Doesn't matter where they work. We have the Wyatt Six, The Street Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Rey Fenix and Andrade, and Fraxium. Six-way TLC match for the tag team titles. 12 bodies in that ring. 12 men in that ring. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to calculate how this is going to go. Is this going to be a complete disaster? Is this going to be a horrible car crash? Is this going to be a beautiful car crash? Is this going to be chaos that we're going to embrace and enjoy? I didn't know. I don't know how WWE was going to do this. All I can say is that this was a car crash in the most beautiful way. I hope that there are no injuries. I don't know with what we've seen tonight from these 12 men, if all of them made it out alive and in one piece. I hope so. I did not want this to end. Looking back at what we got after this, I really didn't want it to end because nothing that followed this even came close until the main event. I did not want this to end. It was so entertaining, I wanted it to continue for another 10 minutes. All these guys should be very happy with what they turned out. They broke their fucking bodies and gave their souls for the history of TLC at SummerSlam. I'm not surprised by the outcome, but I do think that the Wyatts, even though they did retain the tag team titles tonight, I don't really see them holding on to those belts too much longer. The tag team division is way too talented to keep the belts on the Wyatts. This was, in a better word, because I lack a better word to use here, insane. This was fucking insane. Some of the stuff here was literally, what the fuck? So they all targeted the Wyatts. Everybody was brawling with the Wyatts. Everybody started brawling with each other. There was a spot early on here where ladders got involved. Profits tried to give Joe Gacy a back body drop onto a ladder. The ladder was positioned on the ropes, slanted. So just envision a ladder slanted in the ring, propped up on the ropes. The Profits back body drop Joe Gacy, but he goes sideways and misses the ladder altogether. They very much wanted to do a back body drop onto the ladder, so they get that bouncy spot where he bounces on the ladder and then rolls down the ladder. Crowd was giving them shit, so Montez goes outside, he throws Gacy back into the ring, and they do the spot all over again in the crowd. They start cheering like fucking savages because they love the carnage. So, Rey Fenix, all of a sudden in the ring, everybody else is on the outside. Rey Fenix leaps from the top rope onto Andrade's shoulders. And he starts walking on Andrade's shoulders. Andrade starts walking with Rey Fenix on his shoulders. And Rey Fenix starts to reach up for the belts. Now, I don't think Rey Fenix was tall enough to really pull that triangular device off the hook. But, man, oh, man, what an innovative spot that would have been to win the match. Crowd popped big for that. It wasn't even a fucking move. So that was very cool. Profits cut them off. Phoenix Andrade gave them the Three Amigos in tandem. Tommaso Ciampa then tried to throw Montez Ford into a corner table. Ford did his crazy dive over the ring corner onto everybody who's positioned on the outside. So Montez basically did the big dive over the steel post onto everybody else, causing a big car crash on the outside. This is where things really just... this was like GIF-worthy on social media. This is going to be a highlight reel for years to come. There was 4 consecutive big moves in a row. It was almost like, who could outdo one another? Johnny Gargano's on the apron. He puts Joe Gacy through a table with a spinning DDT off the ropes. Dexter Lumis then did a splash and put Montez Ford through a table with a leg drop off the top rope. Leg dropped him, and man, that looked like it sucked for Montez. Dexter Lumis did not hit the leg. He came down in a seated position across this man's sternum, across his chest. Hopefully Montez is all right. No broken ribs, no caved-in chest muscle, nothing. That looked like it fucking sucked. Michael Cole even said, I think Montez Ford died. Phoenix does a crazy top rope 5-star frog splash to put Nathan Frazier through a table on the outside of the ring. And then the spot, maybe of the night, Angelo Dawkins wanted to do a frog splash too, but Axiom jumps up on the top rope. And this fucking guy does a Spanish fly off the top rope through the fucking table on the outside. And clearly, this deserved a holy shit chant. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? One of the craziest spots that you'll probably see all year. Fucking Axiom is incredible, bro. The whole tag team. Fraxium is great. If I was to pick a winner, man, I would have chosen them. Crowd went crazy. So everybody's out. Everybody's out. This leaves nothing more than the women. B-Fab is with the Profits. Candice LeRae is with DIY. Candice LeRae tried to climb the ladder to win the match for her boys. She was taken out by B-Fab. Nikki Cross gets in there. This is the first time we've physically seen Nikki Cross do anything in months. Nikki Cross gave B-Fab a back body drop off of the middle of the ladder. LeRae went back to the ladder as Gargano tried to hold it steady. I guess he wanted his wife to go climb the fucking ladder to retrieve the belts for him. Montez shoved Gargano into the ladder. So there's a ladder bridge on the outside from the announce desk to the apron that was set up earlier in the match. Montez shoves Gargano into the ladder that LeRae is on. It goes tipping over, and Candice LeRae came crashing through a ladder bridge on the outside, and it snapped the ladder in half. Another holy shit chant and another viral moment for WWE here in this absolute insane car crash. And Candice LeRae is a tough motherfucking son of a bitch. How many other women in that company are going to go and take that type of spot? She is a fucking beast. Now, if that doesn't result in her getting TV time, I don't know what will. She wasn't even in the match, and she took one of the worst bumps of the entire night. Give the woman some TV time, please. Referees went to go check on LeRae. Gargano gave her a thumbs up before gives his wife a thumbs up. She just went through a fucking ladder, and she crashed through the fucking ladder, snapping it in half. And he's giving his wife a thumbs up. Good job, honey. Good job. Eric Rowan, also not a part of this match, attacked Montez and Angelo Dawkins. They fought him off with chairs, put him through a corner table with a big double tackle that was stacked in the corner. Ciampa is on the ladder. He's looking to retrieve the belts. That little harness, that little triangular device that holds the belts. This man is on the ladder. Motor City Machine Guns, who haven't really done much of anything in this match up until this point, they yank the ladder away from Ciampa. So Ciampa is now hanging like Jeff Hardy was hanging all those years ago at WrestleMania. Remember that viral spot? A spot that will live on in infamy with Copeland, Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off the fucking the ladder contraption in midair. So Ciampa is now holding onto the ladder and hanging above the ring with his feet dangling. Nathan Frazier jumps on the top rope and tried to do the same spot that Edge did all those years ago on Ciampa. Ciampa managed to do a fucking sit-up from a hanging position and lift his body up, and he turned upside down. He was hanging upside down on the ladder, or on the belt mechanism. The triangular device that's holding the belt, just picture Tommaso Ciampa hanging upside down on this fucking thing. So Frazier missed. He crashed and burned. Moments later, a few teams scramble to put ladders up. Gargano puts a ladder up so that he could save his boy. Everybody's setting ladders up now so that they could all battle over the belts. Ciampa finally has solid foundation underneath him. Uncle Howdy gets in there and he knocks everybody down. He knocked DIY down because they were on ladders, so Uncle Howdy pushed the ladder over, and they go through a stack of 4 tables. So the ladder tilts over, and they go through, just like the Dudleys, they went through a stack of 4 tables, and they went through most of the tables. There was all but one table that was standing. And I don't know if you guys saw, WWE now has, these tables are not only now branded with Slim Jim, but WWE has Lego-like tables now. There are holes on the corners of each table so that the legs of another table, if they want to stack tables, they stack perfectly and they don't move. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. There's little holes that the WWE's drilled into the tables where the tables are now stacked evenly and securely so that they don't move in the process of when they want to do the big spot and that everything goes according to plan. I guess it's smart. Anything for the wrestler's safety, I'm for. Thumbs up. I know there'll be some geek out there that says, oh, well, that's not pro wrestling. That's not something AEW would do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you enjoy mud show garbage. Meanwhile, WWE is doing a match like this and also keeping wrestlers safe and secure. Great. So that was a great spot. So Uncle Howdy is also not illegal. We've had B-Fab, Candice LeRae, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, and Uncle Howdy, all not legal in this match, adding 5 more individuals on top of the 12 that were already in this match, making the total 17 human bodies in this match. So Uncle Howdy now is climbing the ladder. Rey Fenix cut him off. Andrade followed by giving Uncle Howdy a sunset flip powerbomb onto a ladder bridge that was wedged in between a ladder in the middle of the ring and the middle rope. He's done this move before in a Money in the Bank ladder match. So this is nothing new for him. So after that, Fenix climbed the ladder. Loomis and Gacy took him out with their finish. Everyone was down. Joe Gacy grabbed the belts. Dexter Loomis guarded the ladder. And the Wyatt Six retained the Tag Team Championships. This went 16 minutes. Everybody in this match fucking killed it. Killed it. The Machine Guns didn't really have a factor in this match. Everybody else, they did some crazy shit. This match made the TLC homage. It did that proud. Dudleys and Hardys were sitting at ringside. I'm sure they were very pleased that their legacy and the match that they basically created is still intact. Excellent stuff. This is one of the very few things this weekend I would actually go out of my way to go and watch again. Excellent stuff. Wyatt's win. I don't know where they go next. I'd love to see Andrade and Fenix get those belts. I'd love to see Fraxium get those belts. The tag team division on SmackDown is fucking great. Right now, it's the best tag team division in all of pro wrestling. And I'm including Raw and AEW in that conversation. Excellent stuff. This is where the show went downhill. This is where the show really went downhill, and I don't know why it really fell off a cliff the way that it did. I don't know. I was looking forward to this next match. I was looking forward to Becky and Lyra for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a no count out, no DQ affair for the Intercontinental Championship. If Lyra lost, she cannot challenge for the Intercontinental Championship as long as Becky Lynch is still the champion. And Lyra wanted this match. Or Becky wanted this match. I don't know who wanted this match. Becky and then Lyra. No, Becky said you can't challenge. Then Lyra wanted this match. And then they both agreed to their stipulation. So Lyra wanted this no DQ match. And Becky wanted the stipulation that if Lyra doesn't win, she can't challenge for the belt anymore. As long as she's the champion. After what we got, I don't know why this match went on immediately after the ladder match. That's number one. When you don't think match order is important to a pro wrestling show, I want you to think back to night 2 of WrestleMania. I want you to think, or SummerSlam. I want you to think back to night 2 of SummerSlam, and I want you to think of SummerSlam in totality across both nights. I would love to know if there was a post-show media scrum and we were able to ask questions. Why did they load up night 2 with all of the gimmick matches? This was basically an Extreme Rules pay-per-view disguised as a SummerSlam show on night 2. They give us the ladder match that they just gave us, TLC match that they just gave us. And then they want to follow it up with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkryia? Why couldn't this take place on night 1? Well, why couldn't the ladder match take place on night 1? Why did we need all of the plunder? In this case, back to back. We got the ladder match, we got this match, and then the fucking steel cage match. Who designed it that way? Who legitimately thought that was the right idea? When you don't think match order is most important when it comes to formatting a pro wrestling show, I want you to think about this show. That's not even the one thing that killed this match. The match order is the least of my concerns. This match, I don't want to say the match was terrible. I think terrible is a very obscene word to use. But this was maybe the most disappointing match of the entire year. WWE had Lyra and Becky in some absolute banger matches. Backlash, Money in the Bank, and then the triple threat match at Evolution. WWE gave these women a SummerSlam match, and they took 5 steps backwards from everything that they've accomplished so far. The crowd was out of it. The crowd was opting to do the wave and find themselves more entertained by doing the fucking wave in New York City. I saw on social media that there was a fucking brawl in the crowd that the fans were more interested in compared to what Becky and Lyra were doing in the ring. This was the most disappointing match of the entire year. How could you look at this knowing what Becky and Lyra already did in regular standard matches and then opt to do no DQ, no count out, and go about it in the most AEW nonsensical, fucking disgusting, creative way humanly possible? You gave these women plunder, and they failed at delivering a quality no DQ match. This was overbooked. This was overproduced. I didn't believe a single fucking thing that either woman did in that ring tonight. And honestly, I was turned off by it because I saw right through all of that. Why did they need all this nonsense? Steel chairs and kendo sticks and steel pipes and toolboxes, zip ties. The whole match, at least 60% of the match, Lyra had her hands zip-tied, and she wrestled with her hands zip-tied with no offense. WWE opted to make this match about Lyra Valkryia, the fucking magician. How do I get myself out of a zip-tie situation? She's not Chris Angel, bro. She's Bird Lady. She can wrestle. But you're asking her to go out there and fucking become Chris Angel. Asking her to get out of a zip tie situation in a pro wrestling match. Bro, I'm not watching this match with two acclaimed performers who delivered banger after banger after banger already this year, and you opt to go James Bond with Lyra Valkryia. Whoever produced this match should be removed of their duties and docked pay for at least a month. This was awful. Who thought this was a good idea? I came to watch two women wrestle over the Intercontinental Championship. I didn't come to watch a James Bond fucking scene in a pro wrestling ring. I believed absolutely nothing that these women did in that ring tonight. Zero. I had no investment in anything. I just looked at it as, this is nonsensical. And the crowd reacted accordingly. They did not care. Becky Lynch has new theme music. I can't really judge it yet, but I know it's not Def Rebel. Apparently it's by the band The Wonder Years. Okay, good luck on asking me, JD, do you know about the band The Wonder Years? No, I know about the show The Wonder Years. No, I never heard of the band The Wonder Years. I don't think I would be interested in listening to a band called The Wonder Years. But Becky apparently has new music by them. Is it good? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. All I know is that coming into tonight, we were hearing rumors of Becky Lynch having new theme music. And honestly, she needs new theme music. The music that she had was very old Becky Lynch, very babyface Becky Lynch. Right now, Becky's a heel, so she needs new music to accompany her new character direction. Good. Good. Becky Lynch grabbed the kendo stick, and then Lyra picks up a crowbar. So clearly, crowbar beats out kendo stick. Lyra smashed the kendo stick out of Becky Lynch's hand and then tried to kill her with the crowbar. Becky Lynch avoided it, started to yell at Lyra for trying to kill her, and Lyra inadvertently hits the steel steps with the kendo, or with the crowbar. Becky Lynch did not have the kendo stick anymore because Lyra knocked it out of her hands. Lyra went right back on offense here, tossed Becky Lynch around ringside. There was a spot where Lyra tried tossing Becky Lynch into the barricade, and instead she shoved her into a cameraman who was clearly in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, I don't know if this is a shots fired situation, but the last time that we heard of a story about a cameraman being involved in a pro wrestling scenario was Jon Moxley, and the company now is being sued by said cameraman because Jon Moxley slapped him around and he didn't know that it was coming. Jon Moxley pushed a poor cameraman a couple of years ago and now is suing the company for negligence. I wonder if this is a shots fired situation, but clearly he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He took a little bump, nothing too crazy. He got out of harm's way pretty quickly. So, Lyra, she tossed Becky into another barricade that was closer to the timekeeper's area. She then sets up a table. Crowd didn't really give a shit because we just saw how many tables broken in the ladder match. This is why formatting a pro wrestling show the right way is uber important, chat. Crowd didn't really give a shit. They got their table fixed tonight in the ladder match. Becky Lynch grabbed her from behind. She wrapped a chain around Lyra's mouth and started choking her out with the chain. Lynch then shoved her into the steel steps and took that kendo stick and once again repeatedly started to attack her. Lynch used the kendo stick and she kind of used it in a similar way she would use a golf club, being that she was just in Happy Gilmore. The stereotypes aren't really all that surprising. Becky continued to beat down Lyra. She used the steel chair and a toolbox. She then zip-tied Lyra's hands together, and this was the crux of the match. Lyra was zip-tied, and she had no use of her hands. Lyra kicked out of a cover despite her hands being tied together. Becky Lynch followed with exploder suplexes. Lynch then trapped Lyra over the ring post and attacked her repeatedly with a kendo stick, with her not really going anywhere. She basically crucified her on the steel post hung her up by the hands via the steel post, and started attacking her midsection with the kendo stick. Lyra blocked Becky Lynch and hit a belly-to-belly in the ring with her hands still zip-tied. So, the belly-to-belly with her hands zip-tied, just imagine Becky being hugged by Lyra, and Lyra's hands are zip-tied. She delivered a belly-to-belly suplex. It did not look good for Becky Lynch. The landing looked a little rough. Lyra goes up to the second rope, and with her hands still zip-tied, she hits a moonsault. She goes for a cover. She gets a 2 count. So, at this point, I don't know why Lyra didn't ask the referee, now that she's in control, like, bro, maybe you can unzip tie me? Like, maybe you can cut the zip ties off of me? Referee did nothing to help her out. Lyra didn't ask for any help. She just stood there like a dummy with her hands zip tied. So I'm asking myself, well, why isn't she asking for help? Is the referee allowed to help her in that situation? I mean, it's a pretty fucking inhumane thing to do. So Lyra untied a turnbuckle cover. Becky Lynch drove her into the ring post. Lyra then goes and disappears underneath the ring. Lynch went after her. Lyra emerged with a fire extinguisher, and she extinguishes Becky's face with the fire extinguisher. Lyra tried using the fire extinguisher handle to rip the zip ties off of her, and she eventually got them off. I don't know what she did to get them off. The fire extinguisher didn't work. She went back underneath the ring, and I'm sure one of the ring hands underneath the ring cut her loose. And then she came back from underneath the ring, and she was unzip tied. Now with her hands finally free, Lyra attacked Becky Lynch with a kendo stick. She attacked her repeatedly until it broke. Lyra drop-kicked a chair into Becky Lynch's face. She hits a Nightwing. She hits a Nightwing off the steps onto the concrete outside, flush. So just imagine Lyra doing her finish on Becky. Becky hits and splats on the concrete, on the pads on the outside, in front of the commentary table. And then Lyra comes down in this move, on her tailbone, on her ass, and she delivers this move. I honestly think the move took more out of Lyra than it did Becky. But she did it anyway. Lyra then is in the ring again with Becky. Becky's in the corner. Lyra tried to charge. Becky moved. Lyra crashed into the exposed turnbuckle that was revealed earlier in the match. Becky Lynch followed with a manhandle slam onto 2 chairs that were facing together for a near fall. Becky Lynch trapped Lyra in a chair. Just picture her with a chair across her face. She drives Lyra into the announce table with the steel chair legs going into the announce deck. So the steel chair, the body of the steel chair, like crushes her larynx and her chest. And she shoves Lyra into the commentary table. Lyra's still trapped in the chair. Becky Lynch leapt off the table, stomped the chair. This looked really good, and Lyra's in trouble. Lyra was about to kill, or Becky rather, was about to kill Lyra with the crowbar, and all of a sudden Bayley comes out of nowhere. Bayley comes out of nowhere. Bayley, who did not have a role on this show, comes out and stops Becky Lynch from further beating down Lyra. So now she's out there. Becky starts to reason with Bayley and tried convincing her into hitting Lyra. Bayley wouldn't do it. She listened because there's been problems with Bayley and Lyra. She turns around. Bayley wouldn't do it. So Becky tried to attack her with a steel chain, and Bayley attacked her instead. So she takes out Becky. Everything is legal. Becky Lynch avoided a charge. Bayley flew into the crowd. Becky Lynch tried using a table to get to her feet. Lyra flew out of nowhere and drove her through the table with a diving leg drop. So they get back into the ring. They trade counters. Bayley tried to punch Lynch with the chain, but Becky ducked and Bayley accidentally hit Lyra instead. Becky Lynch followed with the manhandle slam. She goes for a cover, and she gets the 1, 2, 3. Camera focused on Bayley. She was saddened and shocked that she hit Lyra instead. Becky took advantage, and Lyra can no longer challenge for the IC title as long as Becky Lynch is the champion. Now, who's to say that Bayley didn't do that on purpose? Maybe she wants to be the one to beat Becky Lynch. Maybe she wants Lyra nowhere near the Intercontinental Championship, and she did this on purpose to take Lyra out of the IC title picture because she's going to beat Becky Lynch. I guess that now opens up the line of discussion for why Bayley was out there and did what she needed to do. We didn't need this outcome. We didn't need this outcome. WWE, you know, sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. This was the wrong outcome, man. This was clearly the wrong outcome. Lyra needed to win the IC title here. You kept this woman away from beating Becky Lynch for the title all these months and finally got her to a point where she's now one-on-one again in a fourth match with this woman, and you still don't give her and reward her the championship. Why did Bayley need to be out there? Why did Bayley need to factor into the outcome? Why did Lyra not win the title? So we went through this absolutely disappointment of a match to not only get Becky retaining, but then you keep Lyra away from the IC title even further now with this added stipulation? Who thought that was the right move? I thought the whole premise of this was to beat Becky and get Lyra over as the conquering babyface. She was accumulating some goodwill with the audience. Everything that she's done with Becky has been solid to great. And then now you want to keep her away from the title? Clearly this is going to continue with Lyra and Bayley. Bayley's going to go after Becky in the IC title now. But the story was about Lyra. The story was about Lyra winning the IC title. And you opted to go Bayley and Becky. I don't know. Really head-scratching decision there as far as the creative. Match was disappointing. It was overbooked. It was overproduced. They did far too much as far as plunder. WWE plunder matches are fucking terrible. When WWE starts to introduce weapons and we get all the tools of the trade, every single match feels the same. On a rare occasion do I feel like it means something. The last time we got plunder and it meant something was when CM Punk and Drew McIntyre were inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Since then, all WWE plunder matches have been fucking garbage. Yet we continue to ride with them. Why did this match need so much plunder? You don't think that they took 5 steps backwards here with the fucking work that they put in here? Of all the people on this show, Lyra and Becky needed this amount of plunder? They produced such great matches that will go down as some of the best in the women's division this year, without all this added nonsense. Why didn't you give us a continuation of what they've already created and some of the plunder? Why was there so much plunder after we got a ladder match that basically saw 17 fucking bodies kill each other? It doesn't make any sense. How do you look at that and justify this match card being right? There's so much wrong about all this, bro. They could have went out there and had a classic IC title match with some of the plunder. WWE opted to do 90% plunder and 10% pro wrestling. And then they fucked the ending up to boot. So in 25 minutes, I wish I could take back my 25 minutes. It's 25 minutes I can never have back again. If there's one match I don't want you to go and watch ever again, it's this one. As disappointing as they come in 2025. Yeah, but Becky Lynch got a new theme song, so everything's good. The people will mark out on social media, oh, look, she's got the Wonder Years. Yeah, meanwhile, she produced the worst match of the entire weekend. The hits just keep on coming, bro. Steel cage match. Solo Sikoa, the United States champion, defends against Jacob Fatu inside the dreaded steel cage. I'm going to say this once tonight, and I'm sure I'm going to reiterate this again when we get to Friday Night SmackDown. I would be happier than a pig in shit if I didn't have to watch another Bloodline segment, another Bloodline match, or anything regarding the Bloodline ever again. The Bloodline is dead. I am so fucking done with the Bloodline. I don't care. None of it's interesting. I don't find myself captivated by any of these people outside of Jacob Fatu, and you're very, very much turning him into a catchphrase merchant. I'm done with all this shit. Legitimately, like, WWE is getting dangerously close to Death Rider's fucking get off my TV garbage with the Bloodline, or the MFTs, as they're calling them now. They're not even the Bloodline. My Family Tree, another take on the Bloodline. This match went 12 minutes. Again, 25 minutes for Becky and Lyra, 12 minutes here for Solo and Jacob Fatu. This is close to 40 minutes I cannot get back. 40 minutes of my life was wasted watching two matches that will go down as two of the worst matches that the company produced all year. Yet I got geeks telling me, oh, well, SummerSlam was a banger show, JD. Oh, yeah? What fucking SummerSlam did you watch? Clearly it wasn't this one. Imagine using a steel cage match to push this United States title match, and you don't use the steel cage match as a vehicle, or the steel cage structure as a vehicle, to produce a story. Everything that they did on television was absolutely nonsensical and completely tossed to the wayside, never to even really be used in a context of the steel cage. Solo Sikoa had tried to frame Jacob Fatu in a car accident on Friday Night SmackDown a couple of weeks ago and send this man to prison for vehicular homicide. Yet you want me to believe that they only went 12 minutes inside a steel cage match. There hasn't been one drop of blood. There wasn't one drop of blood in this match. The violence never really picked up at all. And the steel cage match was once again used as a backdrop to sell this pay-per-view to the fucking 60,000 people who thought they were going to get a legit steel cage match. And you delivered nothing. Yet you want me to sit there and say, good job, man. This really added, this was a really nice accent on top of everything else that happened tonight on night two. The WWE failed to tell a captivating story here, which none of the MFT story has been captivating whatsoever. I don't care about any of these sub-characters. I don't care about any of their dilemmas or any of their tensions. And the steel cage match was one of the more embarrassing matches you'll see all year. It was a waste of fucking time. None of it ever came into play. Why do you opt to waste our time with nothing more than fucking hyped garbage that doesn't deliver? So the WWE basically gave you a steel cage match with Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship, and then opted and used the steel cage match not in the context in which it should be used. They used it to have Jacob Fatu jump off the steel cage after the match was over and deliver a mighty moonsault onto the MFTs. In this case, Jeff Cobb and Tongaloa. Yet you want me to sit there and have glowing things to say about this complete waste of fucking dog shit. The bloodline needs to be drafted away from Jacob Fatu or reversed. I'm over it. They need to feud with somebody else. Have them feud with the Wyatts. Have them feud with somebody else. I am completely and utterly disgusted and done with the MFTs. It is some of the most nonsensical and complete waste of WWE television that I've seen in years. Like, you're getting to Death Riders Retribution level of garbage with these guys. Yes, it's that bad. It's the same ending. Let's put people through tables. Oh my God, Jimmy Uso, he's got a problem with his brother. Bro, give me a fucking break. Stop it. Stop it. I don't care. I don't care. The bloodline died when Roman lost the title. I don't know what the fuck this is. You want me to be buying into the bloodline when Solo Sikoa is the leader holding the United States title, coming off of Roman Reigns leading his fucking cousins, holding the WWE Undisputed Championship for 1,400 fucking days. You want me to invest my time further into the fucking family when it died at WrestleMania 40. Good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that. No wonder WWE Creative is in the fucking doghouse that it's in 25. No wonder SmackDown is drizzling shits that it is in 2025. You got your reason right here. Michael Cole on commentary tried to put over the fact that Solo Sikoa hasn't been pinned in 9 months. He hasn't been pinned since January 6th, where he lost the Ulafala to Roman Reigns. He's had 4 singles matches since then, 2 no contests out of the 4. Solo Sikoa had an early. You want even further stats? He's got 4 wins in 15 matches this year. No, but I'm supposed to believe because he's Solo Sikoa and he's been unbeaten in 9 months, that he's rightfully the United States champion. Sure. Sure thing. Solo had an early advantage. Starts using the cage as a weapon. Starts throwing Fatu into the cage. Gee, man, that's a creative move. Fatu fought back. Solo tried driving him into the cage again. Fatu no-sold it. Fatu hit a running hip attack and consecutive moonsaults, but only for a near fall. The MFT guys ran out and surrounded ringside, and Jimmy Uso's music hit. And his name shows up on the big screen, and he shows up from the timekeeper's area and jumps the MFTs. He shows up there in a 3-on-1 situation with no weapons. His only ally is in the cage, locked in a cage with Solo Sikoa. Meanwhile, you got Tangaloa, you got Jeff Cobb, and you got Tala Tonga out there against one guy. He shows up with no weapons, no equalizer. Okay. He ran out. Tala Tonga drove him into the cage and then threw him over the announce desk. Took him out. Fatu could have escaped the cage, but he told the referee to lock the door because it's all gas and no brakes. Thank you for coming, catchphrase merchant. Fatu turned around. Solo hit him with a Samoan spike. He goes for a cover. He gets a near fall. So Becky and Lyra use zip ties in their match. Tala Tonga pulls out handcuffs. Creative doesn't exist in WWE. So Fatu is on the top of the cage. Tala Tonga climbs up there and handcuffs Jacob Fatu to the metal bars on the roof of the cage. JC Mateo then opened the door. Solo tried crawling out. Fatu ripped himself free from the handcuffs, jumped down, and stopped Solo Sikoa from escaping through the cage door. Fatu smashed the door into Mateo. Tala Tonga smashed the door into Fatu. Solo slipped out of the ring and fell to the floor to win the match. I never want to see another steel cage match ever again in WWE. Never want to see another steel cage match ever again. They are absolutely the most nonsensical and irrelevant matches that WWE can possibly produce. This was your steel cage match. No blood, no sense of urgency to escape the cage, no drama trying to escape the cage, no big moves, no family tension, no big match feel for the United States Championship. Nothing. Completely nothing. Yeah, you think that this is a 8 out of 10 show. Where? Don't talk to me, bro. After the match, Solo Sikoa and Tanga Tonga make their way up the ramp. Jimmy Uso attacked Mateo, while Tanga Loa and Jeff Cobb were trapped in the ring with Fatu. Fatu beat them up, climbed to the top of the cage. He went to the very top, laid out both guys with a mighty moonsault. He absolutely destroyed Tanga Loa with the mighty moonsault, as Jeff Cobb basically refused to do anything as far as catching Jacob Fatu off the top of the cage. Lazy finish, terrible match. Steel cage matches are utter dog shit in WWE. This was a complete waste of everybody's fucking time. I never want to see another Bloodline match or segment on my TV again. Get them off my TV. Every single fucking thing that they do is fucking terrible. Everything. I guarantee you will get Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu versus Tola Tonga and Tanga Loa on SmackDown Friday. Because they don't know any better. Dominik Mysterio. He went one-on-one with AJ Styles. He defended. Yes, he did that after the match. He did it after the match. The moonsault. Not even during. They basically used the steel cage match to once again push a viral moment they can spread all over their social media. Look at how cool Jacob Fatu is, doing a mighty moonsault off the top of the cage, which was significantly lower than the usual standard steel cage. Garbage. Dominik Mysterio defends the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. The one normal match on this show after all this plunder. Man, was this a breath of fresh air. Man, was this a welcomed sight. Man, did the crowd react to two guys in this ring that are very much over, producing drama and pro wrestling. What a shock. Commentary noted that it's been 20 years since the custody over Dominik Mysterio in a match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. AJ Styles entered in a Chevy lowrider wearing Latino Heat-inspired gear, the same color design that Eddie Guerrero wore in that match with Rey Mysterio over the custody of Dominik Mysterio. Nice throwback. AJ definitely used this type of mentality to get into the mind of Dominik Mysterio. This went 10 minutes. This was just as good, if not better, than all of the plunder we just saw for 40 minutes between the steel cage match and the Lyra Becky match for the IC title. Let's go, Dom. Let's go, AJ chants. The sun set, finally, in New York City, so it actually felt like a real pro wrestling show. The Wyatts had to make their entrance during the day. Again, just goes to show you that the match order was fucked up. They could have did the ladder match towards the end of the show so that the Wyatts came out during the night. They came out during the day. So the stadium looked a lot better in the nighttime. Dominic was in control until Styles hit a tornado DDT. Styles held control on Dom. He ducked a phenomenal forearm, hits a Michinoku driver. Dominic tried 3 amigos. Styles counted the last amigo into a brainbuster. Styles went for a frog splash. Dominic got the knees up. He hits a 619. Went for a frog splash. Styles caught him and applied a calf crusher until Dominic got a rope break. Dominic then removes the turnbuckle pad. He distracted the referee by doing so. Referee went to go fix the buckle. Dominic went to go grab a chair and do the fake Eddie spot, where he slaps the chair, throws the chair down, and pretends that AJ hit him with the chair. So that the referee would turn around and see that the chair is in either AJ's hands or on the ground, and he's down, thinking that AJ used the chair and cheated. Dominic smashed the mat, fell down. Referee was still distracted. He didn't turn around. So Styles wrapped the chair around his head, made a sound with the steel chair, acted like he was down on the mat because Dominic wrapped the steel chair around his head. Crowd enjoyed all this. Crowd was louder for this than they were for 40 minutes of two garbage matches that came previously. Crowd enjoyed all this. So the match continues. The referee obviously seen what was going on here. He didn't know who hit who. Match continued because the referee didn't know what was going on or who was guilty. Styles applied the calf crusher, but before the calf crusher, Dominic unzipped his wrestling boot. So when AJ went to go apply the calf crusher and lean back on the calf crusher, he pulled Dominic's boot off. This was a great move. A very, very good move. So with Dominic now out of the calf crusher because he unzipped his boot, and when AJ went to go apply the hold, he pulled his boot off. The referee almost gets bumped. He was distracted because of this. Dominic takes the boot that was unzipped and removed, hits Styles in the face with the boot, goes up top for the frog splash, hits it, and pins AJ Styles for the 1-2-3. Dominik Mysterio beats AJ, retains the IC title. 10 minutes of this match was more entertaining than the last two matches that went nearly 40 minutes. Now, I said this on Friday. I said this on Tuesday with Solid Monster on Tuesday Night Titans. I said, I would not have AJ win the title here. I would have Dominic win, cheating, obviously, which he did. I would run this match back in Paris and have AJ win the title there. The last time AJ was in Lyon, France was when he wrestled Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship last year. The crowd reaction to AJ Styles was unfucking believable. I have AJ win the title there. Or maybe they don't have AJ win the title at all, and they do Styles as one of John Cena's last matches. Or maybe they move AJ Styles onto the World Heavyweight Championship picture, and he's one of Seth Rollins' opponents coming up in the later months. I don't know. But if they're going to continue the Dominic feud, which apparently they are because Dominic won cheating, maybe they're going to run this back in France. Maybe AJ's got a shot at the IC title. Fun match. It was a breath of fresh air. It wiped out all the garbage out of our mouth that we had to sit through with the last two matches. And WWE went 10 minutes with Dominic beating AJ to retain the title. Stephanie McMahon was out there. She announced tonight's attendance as 60,651. This was 7,000 more than last night. Total for both shows came in. This is the WWE number, by the way. This is not the official number. 113,722. Nice to know that WWE is still embellishing on their attendance for their bigger PLEs. Cody Rhodes and John Cena, the main event for the WWE Undisputed World Championship. Rhodes came out first. His entrance started with words cut up from a couple of Dusty Rhodes promos, which were displayed in words on the big screen on the Tron with yellow polka dots. Now, some people thought it was AI. I had seen some of Dusty and Cody's family, some of the Rhodes family, say that it wasn't AI, and this was very much Dusty's voice, which they cut up from two promos, and they just spliced them together. So according to the Rhodes family, this was not AI generated, which would be very sad if they did use Dusty's voice as AI. I don't think Cody would stand to use his father's likeness. AI generated. Rhodes came out through the stage, or underneath the stage, through his Cody elevator. He was wearing his American Nightmare mask. He removed it. Fireworks went off. He was dressed in the red, white, and blue. And he enters the ring. Got a great reaction. Everybody sang his song. Cena came out second. We got the real John Cena back. We got the real John Cena back. He didn't come out all angry. He didn't come out wearing the belt backwards. He came out like babyface John Cena. He ran to the side of the stage. He ran to the other side of the stage. He saluted. He had the towel. He said, let's get to work. And he ran to the ring. So the real John Cena showed up for work tonight, just like he promised on Friday Night SmackDown. The stage, though, the Tron was still very black and white with John Cena. John Cena, no colorful, pictures and LED screens. It was very basic black screen with John Cena written in white bold text. Fans loved John Cena. During the ring introductions, Cena got mostly positive reactions. Cody got positive reactions, but it was also very audibly boos for Cody. Match starts. Bell rings. They hug. And they kick things off by hugging, and then after hugging, they start trading punches back and forth. So things got started relatively physical. Fight went to the outside. There were a lot of boos for Cody. People were booing Cody Rhodes. He slammed Cena into the ring steps. Cena then went over to the front row behind commentary where Tyrese Halliburton was sitting. Now he's injured. He stole one of Tyrese Halliburton's crutches. He did the "you can't see me" in front of Tyrese, takes one of his crutches, and then he starts using the crutch on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes then fights back, slams Cena into the steel steps, which then eventually ended up in the ring. Cody Rhodes outside the ring. Cena is in the ring. He grabbed the steps and threw them over the top rope, and they hit Cody right in the arm. So that was a nice throw by Cena. Picked up the steel steps and threw them at Cody Rhodes, who was on the aisle side of the ring. Threw them at Cody Rhodes. So some fans are trying to get into this by singing Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. That went nowhere. Cena and Rhodes grabbed chairs. Dueling chairs here. Rhodes hit Cena first, knocked the chair out of his hand. Cena did his usual comeback. Crowd went nuts. He did the 5-knuckle shuffle. He did the suplex. He then went for the AA. Rhodes avoided the attitude adjustment. Rhodes followed with some clotheslines, jabs, a big bionic elbow. Crowd started booing some more. Rhodes hit a Cody cutter. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count. Cena followed with an attitude adjustment. He gets a cover. He gets a 2 count. So Rhodes goes for a disaster kick. Hits the disaster kick. Another Cody cutter. And he goes for a couple of covers here. He gets 2 counts. Cena gets up. He's got Cody on his shoulders. He drops him in an electric chair. Rhodes then pulls out a pile driver. Yes, John Cena took a very safe pile driver from Cody Rhodes. So Rhodes, at that point, delivered the pile driver. He didn't really know where to go after that, and he started to show some of that hesitation, which he showed at WrestleMania. He didn't need to hesitate. He wants to win the title. He can't hesitate. So the hesitation allowed John Cena to hit another attitude adjustment. Rhodes then hit a sit-out powerbomb for a 2. Cena quickly gets out of that, applied an STF until Cody tried to reach for the ropes, which then the referee told him, bro, you can't reach for the rope here. It's no rules. So Cody tries to go underneath the rope, And then in the process, chokes out John Cena on the bottom rope as he tries to slip underneath the rope. So that was certainly a creative way to get out of this STF. Rhodes sent Cena over the barricade before Cena took Rhodes and hit him in the face with a microphone. Cena followed with a code red on the outside in front of the commentary table. So yes, John Cena pulling out all the legendary maneuvers. John Cena hit a code red for the first time, I believe, in this run. He's back to being the old John Cena. Why the fuck not? Cena then gets Rhodes up on his shoulders, puts him through the announce desk with an AA. He's standing on one announce desk. He's looking at the other. He picks up Cody on the announce desk and does an AA through the commentary table. Cena struggled to get Rhodes in the ring. This extra time allowed Cody to kick out when Cena did make a cover. So Cody's in the corner. Cena charges. He misses in the corner. Rhodes hit crossroads for a near fall. Cena knocked Rhodes off the ropes, followed with a diving leg drop off the top rope and an AA for a near fall. Again, Cena pulling out all the hits. The diving leg drop off the top rope, something we didn't see John Cena do as a heel. Cena then set up a table in the ring. He went for an AA. Again, Rhodes tipped over the table as soon as Cena got him up in the AA. Smart move. So he knocked the table over, countered with a DDT. Nicely done. He goes for recovery, gets a 2 count. Rhodes set up the table in the corner. Both managed to avoid it. Comes into play later on. So now we're past the 20-minute mark. They found themselves now on the outside fighting into the crowd. Cena grabbed a bike rack or one of the barricades, and Rhodes, he tries to block it. He does. And then he puts Rhodes, Rhodes puts Cena through the steel guardrail with a suplex. So Cena's now in prime position here as he's laid out on this guardrail. The brawl continues. They disappear around the stage. They disappear for a little bit. Camera focused on Cody's elevator that he used during the entrance. We see it open, and there's smoke coming out of it. So all of a sudden, John Cena is coming up on the elevator, and he's got Cody Rhodes on his shoulders in an AA. So the elevator reaches the top of the stage, and he launches Cody Rhodes on top of the stage with an AA, and Cody hit hard. Cena fucking threw him in the AA. He made a nice thump on the ramp. Cena then hoisted Rhodes on his shoulder, carried him all the way to the ring. Cena has incredible cardio, bro. I'm thinking back to the Punk and Gunther match. Punk was gassed after 15 minutes. Cena looked great here. I don't know. I didn't think Cena was that prepped. I thought he was like completely done. I don't know where this John Cena came from, man. This was a great looking John. If John Cena can do what he did here tonight for the rest of the year, we'll be looking at a decent final year for John Cena. I'm not going to say it's going to erase everything he's done, but I hope that we see this John Cena in the remainder of his months. So he carries Cody Rhodes all the way back to the table. Or all the way back to the ring, rather. After the AA on the stage. So Rhodes, he gets into the ring. Cena gets into the ring. And remember that corner table? Rhodes drove him through the corner table with a spear. Picks him right up. Hits a crossroads. Gets a near fall. Cody can't believe it. Rhodes then takes a steel chair and hits Cena on the head with it. Very, very lightly. It wasn't like overly offensive. Rhodes then unscrewed a corner turnbuckle, causing the bottom rope to loosen. So now we're going to the Umaga route. That was the one match in which Cena took apart the bottom rope and used it as a fucking weapon in that match with Umaga. Great match. Rhodes starts using the metal turnbuckle rod that's attached to the turnbuckle, and he starts hitting Cena with it. One time knocked him down, 2 times knocked him down. And you see Cody just physically fighting with his mental emotions. Crowd starts booing. And I'm like, they're going to turn this fucking guy heel now, aren't they? Rhodes showed regret on his face. Cena gets to his feet. Rhodes hits him again with the turnbuckle. Cena avoids a Rhodes third attempt and drop toe holds Cody and applies the STF, choking Cody Rhodes out with the bottom rope. Rhodes escaped. Rhodes avoided another AA, hits consecutive crossroads. Crowd, they didn't know which way to go. They knew Cody was doing what he needed to do, but they also very much wanted John Cena to retain the title because they love babyface John Cena. So, Cody Rhodes hits his finisher one more time. Cena kicks out. Crowd is now chanting, Super Cena. Rhodes grabs the title belt. He went to use it as a weapon. Cena ducked and hits 2 more AA. A lot of AAs, bro. An overusage of AAs is the only thing I don't like about these matches. Cena ducked the belt shot. Cena then grabbed Rhodes, hit an AA off the middle rope. Cody Rhodes kicked out. John Cena threw the belt away. He didn't want to use the belt. Cena set up another table in the ring, and Rhodes blocked an avalanche AA attempt. Rhodes instead hit an avalanche Cody cutter, if you want to call it that, through the table. Rhodes, there was this great camera shot of Cody Rhodes giving the salute to John Cena. He hit one final crossroads for the win. 1, 2, 3. And Cody Rhodes is once again the WWE champion. Fans probably would have loved Cena winning, but you kind of knew Cody was going to win the championship again. They weren't booing Cody Rhodes, but at the end, Cody gets up, handed Rhodes the championship. They hugged. Cena said something emotional to Rhodes. Cody starts crying. Fireworks went off. Rhodes stood in the ring alone with the belt. He then embraced John Cena again, shook his hand. He left the ring, and he left John Cena in the ring to salute the fans. All of a sudden, Brock Lesnar's music goes off, and the crowd lost their mind. Lesnar entered wearing a cowboy hat, jeans, and a t-shirt with his branded Beast Incarnate logo on it. Lesnar removed his cowboy hat. He walks to the ring. He stands outside the ring stalking Cena. He gets in there, hits Cena with an F5. Lesnar bounced up and down. He exits the ring, grabs his cowboy hat. Don't know where Cody Rhodes went. He probably went to go drink some of that Wheatley vodka. Lesnar grabs his hat. John Cena laid out in the middle of the ring after SummerSlam goes off the air. Lesnar's walking out, and Cena, his theme music starts playing. He told the PA guys, cut the theme. He walks off, hits the top of the stage. He salutes everybody. He looks defeated. He looks beaten. He looks battered. He looks bruised. He worked his ass off, and SummerSlam 2025 edition is over. The main event was great. The main event was really, really fucking great. They blew WrestleMania out of the water, and good for them. They needed to. I don't know where this John Cena was. I don't know where this Cody Rhodes was. I don't know what the fuck happened at WrestleMania. You just felt like that entire match was doomed because The Rock wasn't going to be there. It's almost as if they knew and they took that energy into the match. Like they knew Travis Scott was the only thing that they had on that night, and they went into that match already defeated, bro. They just wanted to get to the outcome as quickly as they could. This match blew that one out. This was the true WrestleMania main event. It sucks that we had to go through all that we did to get here. They got the outcome right. The match was great. This was the best John Cena match all year. This was the best John Cena match I've seen in 10 years. He looked great. Hopefully we see this Cena for the rest of the year. The Lesnar thing, we talked about it in the beginning. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where they're going with Cody. I don't know if it's going to be something that they're just going to play out John Cena's greatest hits. I don't know what they're doing. I told you about the Lesnar thing in the beginning of the show. I'm genuinely more interested to see how they kind of weave Lesnar into this now. Why is he back? Why is he targeting John Cena? I don't know. Does he have any other role? I mean, if we see John Cena tomorrow night on Raw, does Lesnar have any part in any other portion of the show? I mean, Paul Heyman's on the show with Seth Rollins. Do they have something to do with each other? Is Lesnar going to be a part of the new group? I don't know. Is Lesnar back completely now, like he used to? Where was Cody? Where does Cody go? Cody goes back to SmackDown. He's the WWE champion. Are we going to get Cody and Randy now on Friday night? Cody and Drew? Maybe. What's next for Cody? A lot of questions to be answered. Again, I'm not going to be too bothered with the Lesnar thing. I'm sure things are going to leak. News will come out. People will bitch, complain, and moan. None of our business, and it's really none of your concern about what's happening in the legal system on why Brock Lesnar's back with the WWE. Brock Lesnar's back on WWE television because he's allowed to be back on WWE television. I stated pretty firmly, if you have a problem with that, stop watching. Cancel your Peacock, cancel your network, stop watching WWE content, don't consume their social media, and don't tune into Raw tomorrow. That's all I could tell you. But you won't do that. You'll take your vitriol and fucking complaints and your social justice beliefs and narrative, and you'll go spread what you think is right on social media while you're also watching what you think is terribly wrong. Those are the people that will go out there on social media and look at others and chastise others for watching and supporting a company that is MAGA. That they have their hands in the Trump administration. And they're letting all their beliefs and their narratives be known. I can't watch this. If you're so anti-Trump and anti the president of the United States, then don't watch the fucking company, because the company's always been Republican. The company has always been a Republican company. So why are you making this all about politics? And Lesnar being back is very wrong. I can't support this company who's openly admitting and allowing rapists on their television. And I can't watch this company and support this company knowing that Triple H is a Trumper. Bro, are you really allowing these things to fucking blind you from watching an entertainment company? That's what you're concerned with. You're not concerned that you were given a very, very dull and middle-of-the-road SummerSlam. No, but you want to complain about Brock Lesnar being on television and the fact that Triple H is standing next to Donald Trump in regards to whatever the fuck he was doing this week. You can worry about that and pretend that everything is so wrong, and you can push your fucking bullshit narratives. I'll be sitting over here telling you that this fucking show was a complete fucking absolute dog shit edition of SummerSlam. I expect better television. I don't give a fuck what their political beliefs are. I don't give a fuck who they bring back to television, as long as it's good television. Don't mind yourself with the business of Brock Lesnar. Lesnar's on TV because he's allowed to be on TV. WWE took him off TV when the higher-ups told them this man can't be here. Now he's allowed to be here. Plus, John Cena probably wanted to work with him, which goes hand in hand. It's going to be a lot of nonsense this week. Just be mentally prepared to stay off social media. Seriously. You can concern yourself with anything else. I'm concerned with good television. And what we got tonight was very middle of the road, very basic, very simple television. A lot of what they did this weekend fell flat. Out of 12 matches, 5 of them hit. Barely. I don't consider that a thumbs-up show. Thank you very much for all of your support. We had upwards towards 6,500 people in here tonight. You guys are awesome. It's time for Super Chats. F5, the like button. Damn right. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn the bell for notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel, including last night's record-breaking Night 1 post show. You would think that Lesnar coming back would have resulted in the same amount of audience last night, man. We didn't even come close, really. We had near 7,000 here tonight, but man, last night was 9,300 people, man. A lot of you guys must have really wanted CM Punk to lose that championship, huh? No, David, this was not better than All In, bro. This was not better than All In. Come on. Actually, I would say that they're about the same. The first 3 hours of All In were fucking absolute boring television, dude. Boring television. Anyway, go check out all the content on the channel. We'll be live again tomorrow after Monday Night Raw. We got a big Raw coming up tomorrow. It's going to be tremendous. Make sure you guys join me right here on the post show. We'll be live after it goes off the air on Netflix. Tonight, we are sponsored by my great friends over at BetterHelp. Let me tell you something, man. Wrestling is about more than just wins and losses. It's about fighting battles. Just like John Cena and Cody Rhodes did tonight. Some of them in front of thousands of fans, and some of them completely unseen. We all have moments where the crowd's gone, the lights are off, and it's just you and your thoughts. Maybe you've been there. I know I have. Maybe some of you are there right now. When things get heavy, you don't need to walk through it alone. BetterHelp gives you access to licensed therapists online so you can talk about it with someone who's trained to help. No arena required. It's not just for crisis. It's about learning how to cope, how to grow, how to handle what life throws at you, because life doesn't always follow a script. With over 30,000 therapists and a 4.9 rating from over 1.7 million reviews, BetterHelp is helping millions find their footing. You can switch therapists anytime and start sessions right from your phone. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Tonight, all of my listeners right here on the podcast get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/script. That's BetterHelp.com/script. And I want to thank them for sponsoring the show this weekend right here on Off the Script. Super chats are open, man. Get them on in. We're going to start at the top here. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD OTS SummerSlam Night 2. Let's go. Yeah. Who's Seth Rollins' first opponent going to be for that World Championship? Better be fucking LA Knight. I'll tell you that right now. Who is this? Olivia Lover. Olivia with a foreign super chat. Respect for your Hogan tribute. Much love to you, bro. Hope y'all having a nice summer, fellas. OTS for life. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. Like I said about Punk and Seth yesterday, Io and Rhea are literally the definition of fight forever if they aren't already. Yeah. Man, that one-on-one match is gonna fucking bang when it happens again. The Boss Mo Jackson with a $1.99. That spot by Ciampa was pretty cool, but funny. Also, the $1.99 Boss Mo Jackson. The spot between AJ and Dom is why I love wrestling. It's a very cool spot. Michelle with a 2. Is there a chance Seth loses the belt before WrestleMania? No. No, Seth is holding that title into WrestleMania. Riley with a 199. Main event is if DC did Superman versus Superman. It's a good way to look at it. I thought Cody and Cena killed it. Congratulations to them, man. Great match. A little bit too much relying on the finishers. A lot of crossroads, a lot of AAs. I wish they would tone that shit down, man. I do not like finisher spam. Like, bro, you're a professional wrestler, man. You can substitute 3 or 4 other moves in the amount of times that you did in AA. Really. Sinister Classic with 31 months. What the hell did Cena's heel turn mean? They did it just to do it, and for his final match to be against Brock? Is this really how it ends? Come on, Triple H. No, it's no. Lesnar's back to wrestle Cena now, not in his final match. I believe his final match is going to be against Gunther, who honestly, I'm looking at Gunther, man. I'm changing him into like a legend, a mini version of the Legend Killer. That's what I'm doing. Boss Mo Jackson with a 199. Main event was overkill. Best part for me was Brock. Merzackle, sub for 2 weeks just to say you're lame. You're a fucking no-life fucking loser, bro. Get out of my chat, man. I got fucking $800 in super chat, and I had fucking 15,000 viewers over the weekend, man. Your fucking mother's blowjobs are lame. Get the fuck out. Get out. Fuck out of here. Of course you're good with Lesnar coming back. Where did I say that? Where did I say that? I said specifically at the beginning of the show, I don't care he's back. I don't care if he doesn't come back. Where did you misconstrue that I'm over the moon about Lesnar coming back? G-Man, what a way to take me out of content. I hope you fucking clip it. Clip it on social media and post it on social media, man, because I got the clips already saved just as a rebuttal for all the people that think that I want Lesnar back on television. Honored one with 27 months. Absolute 8.910. Crazy SummerSlam. Blue Knight one out of the water. This is the Brock Lesnar I want. Flashback to 2012. Future looking real good. Or maybe Mirzarkle is going to have a problem with my guy for 27 months having a problem with Lesnar coming back too. Steph with a new member. Thank you, Steph. Richie V with a 499. Brock can get rehired. I guess Del Rio can too. In all seriousness, I see why WWE stopped pressers. This could be a PR nightmare. You don't know that. Del Rio tied someone up and kept them captive in his basement. And legitimately was convicted of sexual abuse. No, Del Rio shouldn't be back in the WWE. Del Rio's a piece of shit. When you go to law school and you go get into that field and you show me evidence of where Brock Lesnar physically raped and touched a woman, then you can come and tell me that it doesn't belong on television. Until then, why don't you keep the law to the people who specialize in that field and make those decisions on why Lesnar's back on television? Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. Night 2 saved. Night 1. Insane, but great main event. Kudos to Cody and Cena. But my question is, does Brock also factor into Seth Punk while he's around? No. No, I don't think so. Glow J with the $2 super chat. Tonight was way better than last night. I don't know. I thought they were both incredibly middle of the road. They both mirrored each other. In fact, tonight was probably slightly better than night one because the ladder match was a lot better than anything that happened outside the main event on night one. Nav, get out of the chat, bro. Somebody get Nav out of the chat. We're defending Brock now, JD. No, I'm just speaking like a fucking normal human being. Get out. Get him out. Hula Room, get him out. Nav X21, get him out. Get him out. You don't come into my chat and disrespect me and tell me what you think I said, man. I never said that. Man, you people are fucking mentally retarded, bro. Get the fuck away from me, bro. Get out of my fucking chat. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks, Billy. Goodbye. Goodbye, retard. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. Another fucking idiot who probably waited 2 weeks to say something fucking stupid. Get out. Thank you, Glow J. Andy Suppers with 21 months. Well. Brock Lesnar. Didn't expect that one. Hi, OTS venue. Thank you, Andy. Joey Taylor, $5. SummerSlam weekend, 6 out of 10. The TLC match and Cody Cena, my matches of the weekend. Lesnar coming back to beat up Cena. Felt like 2012 all over again. Yeah. Riley Acree with a $4.99. Brock Lesnar returning is like Thanos rising from the dead. Captain Solo with the 49 months. Boy, oh boy, does Triple H know how to keep things under wraps. Brock is back. Thank you, Paul and TKO. Also with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Captain Solo, for 49 months, brother. That Mustang emote, man. There you go. $5 super chat from Captain Solo. Can't wait to hear the social justice keyboard warriors complain about Brock Lesnar being back. I, for one, missed him. I guarantee you I'm going to wake up tomorrow and someone's going to clip me out of context. Guarantee you someone's going to clip me and make me out to be the fucking scummiest person on Twitter in the IWC. WrestleMess with the $1.99. Can we fast forward to Brock and Gunther? Yeah. If he's back on television, we're getting it. We're getting it at Mania. We're getting it at Mania. Captain Solo with a 2. Brock Lesnar 316 says, I just F5 Cena's ass. Captain Solo with a 5. WWE 2K25. You motherfuckers better put Brock back in my game ASAP. Waiting on a DLC. Yeah. Black Wolf Inc. with a $10 super chat. The atmosphere for the main event was amazing, but Brock returning was just the cherry on top. I got to see him return in 2012, yet this one almost tops it. Overall, 9 out of 10 for me, and WWE's best show. WrestleMess with a $4.99. Congratulations on last night's stream. Numbers don't lie. OTS is the place to be for the best community and conversation in wrestling after every PLE. Abso-fucking-lutely, bro. Mr. Ruby Dog with a $4.99. Is Heel Jesse cousin to Kanye West? No. Jesse knows nobody in the Kanye camp. S. Morris with the $1.99. Exactly, JD. Thank you for Red Skies. It was a very much Red Skies show. Lucas with the $1.99. Brock Lesnar's back. Yes, he got cleared. Yes, Lesnar's cleared. He's back on TV. Thus, he's cleared. I want to see the AEW sickos blast Will Ospreay for taking a picture last night with a pedo. They'll welcome him to Forbidden Door, though, right? Trevor, what's up, brother? $4.99 on my way out of MetLife. Hopefully you got out of there in one piece, man. I was leaving the American Dream Mall, man. It took me 15 minutes to get out of the fucking parking lot in the mall yesterday. Main event saved the show. John wrestled the best he's had in years, and Brock shocked us all. Hope you're well, bro. Matt, 87 Eagle with a $4.99. I'm a bit mixed about it. Brock being back, but if he's cleared or settled, then that's that. Cena vs. Brock would make for a great final match. It sure would. It sure would. What are people saying on social media, man? Has anybody lost their mind? What are these woke journalists saying? What are the wokies saying online? Anything? Who's overreacted the most? I probably have one of the most calm and logical takes in the entire fucking community. And what are you freaking out out of? What are you freaking out over? Eric, Mr. Rare Air with a $4.99. I was in attendance tonight and I'm ashamed to be a wrestling fan from New Jersey. Crowd was cold as ice for everything except the main event. What a shame. Imagine spending all that money to sit there, bro, and then don't make any noise. Tone C with a $50 mini bomb here. Here's some of the money I saved not going to this year's SummerSlam. Went to the last two. Thank you, Tone C. Thank you for being here, bro. I heard Denise went crazy. What did Denise say? JC 720, 36 months. Denise can crash out though, but when I crash out over bad creative, I get punished. Crazy. JC 720, thank you for 36 months, brother. Cornell Bryant with a $4.99. Denise is crashing out right now. Throw her a fucking tampon and throw her some fucking Kleenex, man. She'll be all right. Matt Eagle with a $1.99. Suplex City lives. Brock vs. Braun. Yes, please. DX Tricksters with a 49 months. With Brock now being back, I'm expecting somehow, some way, Vince to be back soon in WWE. I pray to God this won't ever happen, but now you never know. Vince is not coming back. I certainly am sticking to my my prediction there. I don't think Vince is coming back. Adam JD519 with a $2 super chat. Brock return broke Denise. Good. Good. They don't know what else to complain about. That side of the IWC wait to complain about something like this. But when I complain about what's actually important, the on-screen aspect, I get fucking criticized. It's amazing how things work out. It's all right if you complain about that, but when I complain about the on-screen product, I'm the fucking bad guy. WrestleMess with a $4.99. Gunther needs to be the new legend killer, like you said last night. First Goldberg, Cena, now Brock. Put them all in retirement. Put them all in retirement. Ring general. My Corona, $1.99. Love me some JD Geek Speak rants. Captain Solo with a 2. Brock saved Summer Scam. DJ Boat with a $4.99. Shout out to the cameraman that did his job perfectly when Bailey showed up at ringside. I saw. Baltimore Jackson with a $4.99. SummerSlam was a no for me. Becky Cena match had too many false finishes. It's okay. Some of these matches would have been better on Raw. Brock was the best moment for me. Angel Alaga with 39 months. Hi, JD. Both main events were terrific, but night 2 was so much better. Not by much, bro. If I was giving it an edge on points, I'd put it a point ahead of night 1. Night 1 was a 5.5. I'd go maybe a 6.5 on night 2. Maybe a 6. Illuminati with a 5. There will need to be another babyface that can get as bright as Cody or John Cena in order for Cody to turn heel. We may be waiting a while on that. Yeah? Said that on Friday. Said that same thing on Friday. Rena Bear, 199. Thank you for your honesty, JD. Well, you're welcome, Rena. $4.99, the morality police have plenty to say about Brock Lesnar, but it's crickets for the host of SummerSlam who admitted to dragging and robbing men in her stripper days. Bro, they have selective outrage, bro. Not only do they complain about what they feel is social justice, they listen to talentless fucking music that rots the brain. Irwin, thank you, brother. Loiter Squad X with a $5 super chat. Is this the end of John Cena winning the WWE Championship? If so, this is horrible. Cena should make it his goal to retire the belt. Yes, it's over. It's over. He'll just play the hits and then retire. Logan Misiak with a 2. After John, Brock, and Randy leave WWE, WWE's cooked. I don't think so. Eric Newton with 36 months. Thank you, brother. Illuminati with a 2. B-, C+ range for SummerSlam. Probably go C-. Jeff Cabiles with a $6.99. Rhodes, Cena tonight was old school storytelling at its finest. I thought it was great. I thought it was very well done. Josh Moeller with a $10 super chat. Appreciate all you do, JD. Best in the space. Best in the IWC. Just wanted to say that while Dom will likely never be crowned for best in the ring, the man deserves his flowers for entertainment value. He's good. He's good. He may win that AAA title in middle of August. AAA. Triple Mania. William Bellin with a $5 super chat. SummerSlam is alive and well, JD. Love your fire and passion. Best show in the IWC. You're the GOAT. OTS for life. Triple H is becoming Vince 2.0. Thank you, William. WrestleMess of the 5. SummerSlam is in Minneapolis next year. This might be the start of Lesnar's retirement tour to end in his hometown. Yeah, WWE really made that one well known tonight, man. They had that ready to go. Video package on SummerSlam Minneapolis. WrestleMess, thank you, brother. True Crime Unleashed with a 2. 2 nights again next year in Minnesota. Shaking my head, JD. Listen, man, more content for me. I'm good. I'm good. Lewan with a $1.99. Do you think Brock is working for Cody or sold his soul? I don't want to mention anything about anybody's soul. No. Brock is back for Brock. They need to come up with the right reason why he's back, which is why I'm so interested in Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Jeremiah with a 2. Heard a YouTuber comparing this to Hogan Rock. Not even close. Whoever that YouTuber is, you can tell him I said he's a fucking idiot. Not even close. Major with a $1.99. Janelle got her check. My man Brock is back. Could be. Could be. Captain Solo. That's why I said let the fucking legal department take care of what they need to. Captain Solo, $5 super chat. Supposedly there is an APB on the lookout for Candice LeRae's knee in the vicinity of MetLife Stadium. Yeah, she took one of the biggest bumps of the weekend, man. Shout out to her. Hopefully she's all right. Rep Morgan with a 2. I'm thrilled to see Brock back. Glad to have him. There's a lot of people that are happy he's back. If you're happy to have him back, then be happy. Nightmares Adventures with a 5. Thank you, JD, for honesty and everything you do for the IWC, man. Listen, you guys appreciate it. I don't expect everybody to appreciate it. There are several people that hate what I do. Several people that hate what I do because they can't do what we do. Tough shit. Cornell Bryant with a $9.99. In my opinion, I think Triple H only cares and puts effort in the main event scene. That's why the mid-card sucks right now. Why is Rhea Ripley always opening up a major PLE? Like, she only wrestles when it's light outside. When are you guys going to understand that the way you open the show is just as important as the way you close the show? There's nothing to do with who opens the show, why they open the show. She opens the show because the open of the show is just as important as the end of the show. Mike 43 with a 39 months. Move Jimmy and Fatu to Raw. Tired of that feud with Solo. Also turned Bianca heel with Montez. Also not surprised LA Knight is not happy. LA Knight's probably going to be Seth Rollins' first opponent. If they leave LA Knight with an untold story after Rollins faked an injury in his match, that is terrible writing. Jimmy with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, you and me are on the same page tonight. My live on my page was agreeing with WWE having too much bullshit tonight. Is there any hope for Clash in Paris? Yeah, the crowd should be great. And Stephanie Vicare's on the show. So we're already trending in a good way. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. And guaranteed Triple H isn't finished bringing in these random Samoan indie jobbers. Jacob Fatu was one of a kind, an anomaly. Gaming Highlights with a $10 super chat. Thank you for always keeping it real with us. JD speaking factual. Keep up the good work. Blessings to you and your family. Great main event. Best seen as looked in 2025. Did it need to be 2 nights? No. No, it did not. BC24 with a $1.99. These big 4 PLEs are getting lazier and lazier. Brandon Knapp with a $9.99. Thank you, brother. No message. SR with a 5. That main event was fire. Keep doing you, JD. You're one of the most authentic in the community of sheep. You know it, brother. You know it. Thank you, man. Lucas with a $1.99. Thumbs down SummerSlam, but there definitely were highlights. There were. Major with a $1.99. Lyra is trash, bro. Her segments are smoke breaks. She's not where she needs to be, I'll tell you that. Clone Force with 15 months. What's up, JD? I haven't been on here in a minute because wrestling overalls burned me out. I only seen it on YouTube and IG. Did you see Cross's recent tweet? I did not. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. There was no LA Knight on this pay-per-view. I read that he is pissed about his booking and wants to leave WWE. I do not blame him. He does not want to leave WWE, and he just signed recently an extension with the company. He's not going anywhere. Pizza Nights of Chill Zone with a $5 super chat. Thank you, JD, for all the shows. My friends and I have been listening to you for years. Keep on keeping on. Thank you, bro. Adam JD with a $5 super chat. Linda McMahon is a member of Trump's cabinet. We know where WWE stands. Don't like it, don't watch. Grow up. Bro, if you stop watching or stop liking somebody simply because of their political beliefs, that says more about you than it does them. Never in my wildest imaginations would I ruin a friendship, a partnership, or a relationship for someone thinking a different way. That makes you weak. You're a weak individual. Devin Meganson with a $1.99. Heyman on a pole, fatal 4-way. SR, Punk, Reigns, and Brock. No. JP with a $1.99. Maybe the worst cage match I've ever seen. Trash. It was fucking bad, bro. It was bad. Ross, what's up, brother? Ross got into it with some fucking complete degenerates on social media thinking that him and his boys were fake reacting. Bro, guys will be guys. Friends will be friends, man. You're going to tell... Like, they never been to a fucking get-together like that. I wish I was a part of a get-together like that. I wish I could do that. And people are fucking ridiculous, man. Twitter is people wake up and immediately they get off on telling everybody that what they like suck or sucks. BW with the $2 super chat. TNA's Bound for Glory got plugged by SummerSlam. Yeah. I may actually make my way out to TNA Bound for Glory. It's right in fucking Lowell. My brother lives in, I think my brother is from, where is he? Worcester? He's living in Worcester? How far is Worcester from Lowell? Danny with a $5 super chat. Lesnar didn't do anything wrong or illegal. Stop crying, IWC losers. Ross, what do you think of Lesnar being back, bro? You find it to be a big deal? Or like a fucking logical human being, let the law and the lawyers and the legal take care of it. If he wasn't allowed on television, he wouldn't be on television. But he's probably cleared to do so now, and they squared away everything that needed to be done with Lesnar. Or maybe Vince got his fucking case settled and they paid the woman off. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Cancel your subscription, end your Peacock service, cancel your network, don't watch YouTube, don't consume the product, and go watch something else. But they won't. Because they'll make content, they'll fake react to it, they'll fucking post it on social media for revenue and clicks and views and likes and engagement, and they'll fucking continue to promote something that they hate. That's what they'll do. Danny, thank you, brother. Shahab Cesar with a 5. I thought Lyra had a zip tie botch when one of her hands got free. Then she acted as if nothing happened. Your thought, is that what happened? Bro, I wasn't watching closely, man. I was so zoned out. I was so gone. But I just hated everything. I hated the entire structure of the match. Aaron Clark with the 199. Hogan was removed from Hall of Fame for 3 years. Just saying. He was. He was. Best in the world, Matt, with a $10 super chat. JD, all these wannabe lawyers on Twitter making Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons seem competent. No, money down. Much love and respect as always. Hope my 90s Simpsons reference hits. I'm not a big fan of The Simpsons, though, bro. Lavelle with a 5. Rate Cena and Cody, and is it match of the year worthy? Also, do you think that this is Brock's last run? I do. And is it match of the year worthy? It'll be in contention, but it won't be match of the year. It is not my match of the year. Julius C. Ross says it. Yeah, he was just accused. He never convicted on anything, and WWE wouldn't invite him back if he wasn't good on their end. Julius Price for the $4.99. Thank you, brother. Joe Smokey with a $4.99. Hey, JD, today's my birthday, and I'm drinking some Blue Moon, and then later tonight I'm having steaks and shrimp. Happy fucking birthday, Joe. Make sure that Blue Moon has an extra slice of orange in it. King Family reacts with a 20. These woke internet hypocrites are the first people to go to a Chris Brown concert, forgive Diddy, and sing I Believe I Can Fly. Woke idiots. Much love and respect, JD. Yes. The 90s guy with a $5 super chat. Brock coming back was cool. I liked it. And you demand, JD, F all these corn-eating haters. They all go sideways. You rule from Brisbane, Australia. A lot of Brisbane love, man. Love it. Havili, the 90s guy. Love it, man. David Rice with the $10 super chat. Really enjoyed your analysis of the Punk Gunther match. I thought you were right on. I don't always agree with all your takes, but you have been spitting lately. Always do, bro. I do nothing but spit facts. You don't like it? It's all right. You don't agree? It's all right. But you can't take away from what I do here, man, because I'm always honest and I'm always upfront. As we finish off the super chats here, Edward Lou with a 99. Then I watched Jesse and I was watching along, and you for the review. So you're right. If people don't watch WWE directly, you have no right to complain. No need to shoot the messenger who watched for you. And Caden Crawford with a 10 months. Love the stream, JD. Love this community. From Corey Hayes, Becky's next feud is not good. It's been posted. Oh, yeah? Becky's next feud is who exactly? Natalia? Joey Taylor with a $10 super chat. Malcolm Muscle, Minnie Portable, Wheezy Blonde, and Marissa are the 4 people who fake reactions to get on television. Oh. Oh. And none of them really make content that is deemed rewatchable. It's all right. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. I will be at 42 at 12. Happy fucking birthday, brother. It is 2 o'clock. Going on 2 o'clock on the East Coast, man. I got to get the fuck out of here, man. We've been here for 3 hours. Holy shit. We got to do it all over again tomorrow, man. Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar. More than likely on Monday Night Raw tomorrow, bro. What are we going to do? Are we going to bitch, moan, and complain that Lesnar's back on TV like a woke IWC journalist? Find out tomorrow. Are we going to soil our depends tomorrow because Brock Lesnar's back on television? Find out tomorrow. Are we going to need a fucking tampon because our vaginas are bleeding because Brock Lesnar's back on television? Find out tomorrow. Thank you for the love, guys. SummerSlam this year was the largest SummerSlam stream in the history of the channel. We get to do it all over again tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Why? Because we are the best of the best of the best. I'll see you guys later. Ross coming in late with a $9.99. Hey, man, I'm glad you did numbers this week in OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Much love. Thank you very much. And Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? I agree 100% with you that if it wasn't okay, WWE and Triple H would not have brought Brock Lesnar back. You know it, guys. You know it. I'll see you for Monday Night Raw tomorrow right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.